Indiana at Purdue University. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, a little more positive note. Trivia Native Tuesday with Tom. Your chance to win great prizes and gifts today. The first thing you win, 2 tickets to the Historic Marion Theater and a $10 Mojo's gift card. We'll try to give that away to somebody next on Trivia Native Tuesday with Tom, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Since 1976, Daniel L. Hightower, a lawyer, has been fighting for accident victim justice in North Central Florida and statewide. He believes everyone in America should follow the rules, including the insurance companies. He and his firm have experience fighting for victims of personal injury, wrongful death, workers' compensation, and Social Security disability, as well as serving those in need of help with bankruptcy, simple wills, and estate plans. The mission at the law offices of Daniel L. Hightower, PA, is to represent deserving clients and recover the maximum benefits they are entitled to by law in a timely manner. In personal injury and workers' compensation cases, there are no fees or costs unless a recovery is made. The law office of Daniel L. Hightower is located at 7 East Silver Springs Boulevard, Suite 300. For your free consultation, call 352-629-7777 or 1-888-LAW-1976 and visit danhightower.com for more information. Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice, and the proud sponsor of Ask the Cops.
This reprise of Ask the Cops is proudly brought to you by Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976.
So I've asked each of you to kind of make me a short list of the great qualities and the best cops you know.
I think that number one, you got to have it in your heart. I believe that most law enforcement officers are born to be law enforcement officers. I mean, I think that you'll find most of them will say that when they were young. I knew I said it when I was young. I was in a patrol car at age 5 and 6 with my dad. So, it's what I always wanted to do. And I think if you ever question law enforcement officers in this community, you're going to find that these guys and girls, that's what they want to do. So, number one, that there. And number two is that, motivation. And you have to be prepared to give up a lot.
Make sure to tune in to Ask the Cops on WOCA, The Source.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new old-fashioned bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA, The Source.
WOCA.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Dr. R.T. Kendall. He's a theologian, and he was the pastor of the Westminster Chapel in London for 25 years. He's going to speak about his book, Holy Fire, a balanced biblical look at the Holy Spirit's work in our lives.
Feminist writer Wendy McElroy will be on. She'll be speaking about the falsification of data alleged in domestic violence research and the politically correct findings used to promote anti-male policy and programs.
Mike Bond will be with us. He's the master of the existential thriller and environmental activist. His book is called The Last Savannah. He'll be speaking about his book and saving the endangered elephant in Africa.
Have all of your legal questions answered by attorney John Fuller on Legally Yours.
And then Dr. and Master Ji Gang Shah will be with us. He's a soul leader, a master healer, a divine servant, and he likes to sing some weird songs. He's got a book called Soul Healing Miracles. He'll be on with us to talk about it. All of that plus fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Frederick's Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Frederick's Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Frederick's Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Frederick's Appliance.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom was and is built. Listen each Thursday at 9 a.m. for Veterans News with Hank Whittier, Vets Helping Vets. You will hear honorable tributes, information about veterans issues, and even some interesting stories. This program is sometimes funny, sometimes sad, and always focused on the military and first responders. Veterans News is brought to you in part by Palm Chevrolet, where supporting the community is the Palm Chevy way.
This is Tom Schmitz live in the WOCA News Center with this news update brought to you by Gateway Bank. The Ocala City Council will be asked Tuesday night to consider spending between $155,000 and $219,000 to reinstall a traffic signal at the corner of East Fort King Street and Southwest 22nd Avenue. Some people came to me and asked if it could be readdressed. Mayor Kent Gwynn, who has asked the matter be brought to, said Mayor Kent Gwynn, who asked that the matter be brought to the City Council. There had been a signal at the intersection when Forest High School was located off Fort King Street, but when the high school moved to its new location off Merricamp, it was recommended the signal be removed. This news update was brought to you by Gateway Bank, your new old-fashioned bank. Join Buddy every Friday for Community Gazette Day at Gateway Bank. We're back on the Voice of Ocala on a blustery, cloudy, rainy, dreary Tuesday at the Paddock Mall in Ocala, Florida. The news story I just read about the City Council looking to maybe reinstall a traffic light at the corner of East Fort King Street and Southeast 22nd Avenue. That's something very important to some people in this room, sir. I was there today.
Where's that at again?
Let's just say it's just past Gateway Bank on Fort King, on East Fort King.
Okay.
And let's just say that is the route you have to take from Silver Springs Boulevard into that. You got to take that road to get to Buddy's house.
Oh, don't give away where Buddy lives.
I'm not going to tell everybody where Buddy lives, but you have to go to that intersection. Is integral to get to Buddy's house.
Gotcha.
You have to go through that intersection to get to Buddy's house.
Right.
That intersection of Fort King and 22nd, if you're traveling down Fort King, you have to interact with that intersection. And I don't see a need for a light there. I'm at that intersection, I would say probably 8-10 times a week, and I have no problem with that intersection.
You think Buddy thinks there should be a light there?
I don't know. We'll have to ask him. But I really don't think there's a problem with that intersection, but some people may think there. Obviously, some people think there's a problem with that intersection. So I'll ask Buddy about that, because Buddy travels that intersection more than we do.
How much did you say it would be to put in a new intersection?
$155,000 to $219,000.
Wow.
Yes, let me give you that math. The city was going to spend $175,000 to split the cost of a vote on the Yankees, and this is $219,000 to put up a traffic light. The Department of Transportation, the FDOT,
Yeah.
may be in a pretty good business.
I'm thinking so.
Wow. It's Trivinator Tuesday with Tom. Your chance to win 2 tickets to the Historic Marion Theater, $10 off Mojo's gift card. Before we do that, let me tell you what's coming up on the show today. Do you have that in front of you, Austin? Because my computer has decided it doesn't want to work very well. Do you have what Buddy's got coming up?
I have not received it from
I have
Buddy.
not received it. I know Angie Lewis is in today.
I have received it.
You have received
Angie Lewis is in today. We're going to have around the water cooler with the Pingster himself, Dave Pingalore.
Dave Pingalore will be on the show today.
Go along. We're going to have go along.
Is Tom James going to be here?
Does not say whether or not Tom James will be here.
You never know about Tom James.
And Angie Lewis will have a special guest. So
Okay, well there you go. So that's coming up after Trivinator Tuesday with Tom. You got to go long today?
I do not.
I got to go long, but I'm not real secure in that I should use it. We'll have to wait till around the water cooler to decide on that. It's Trivinator Tuesday with Tom. Your chance to win 2 tickets to Historic Marion Theater plus a $10 Mojo's gift card. All you have to do is answer 2 trivia questions correctly, and you're a winner. The first question: what federal holiday was first celebrated in 1986? What federal holiday was first celebrated in 1986? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622. You answer that question correctly, I give you a follow-up question. You answer that one correctly, you're the winner of 2 tickets to the Historic Marion Theater, plus a $10 Mojo's gift card, just for answering 2 trivia questions. What federal holiday was first celebrated in 1986? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline, 622-9622. It was a federal holiday. It was first celebrated as a federal holiday in 1986. But I tell you, you ever have these things when people told you they had an idea and you was like, that'll never work?
Yeah, of course.
You know, that's how a lot of inventors have to deal with stuff they have to deal with. That'll never work.
A lot of people doubt them.
I got a list of 14 gadgets that once people said were ridiculous. They'd never work. And I remember some of these as people saying, really? Shut up. That'll never work.
Well, the one you're using right now is one of those, correct?
It is. The computer is one of those, but it's not on this one. I'm going to start from the bottom and go back to the top. Number 14. Let me get to where it is here. Number 14. Holding one in my hand. Almost everybody I know has one. Can't live life without them. You're looking at yours right now. You're able to pull up Buddy's what's coming up on the show on yours. I got mine right next to me. Something people thought was ridiculous. The cell phone. If you told somebody 20 years ago we'd have cell phones, 25, 30 years ago we'd have cell phones, they'd tell you were an idiot. Nobody will have a cell phone. The only phone you'll have is one with a wire coming out of the wall at your house. Well, now we got cell phones. Another thing that was ridiculous, I got 2 dogs and 5 cats at home. But there's a large contingent of people that have digital pets.
What?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, got digital pets. They feed them on the internet. They go on there. People, seriously.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but there's a huge group of people that do it. So that's just 2 of the weird things that people said would never work that work. Who do we have on the line for Trivia Day Tuesday with Tom?
Michael.
Michael, how are you today?
Afternoon, Tom. Going good. How things with you today?
Going well. Michael, did you ever think any time in your life that the mobile phone would not, that phones would be the way as mobile as they are now?
Back when they were just all flip phones, I never knew that it was going to be dominated by smartphones, if you can really call them that.
Well, see, I remember the bag phones. Way back to the bag phones. I remember those. So I never thought we'd come to the holding a handheld computer that you could also talk on like a telephone.
Mm-hmm.
But we're there. All right, Michael, let's go with the question. Trivia Day Tuesday with Tom, your chance to win. What federal holiday was first celebrated as a federal holiday in 1986?
Well, I have a dream. Martin Luther King's birthday was first celebrated in 1986. Turns out federal holiday.
That was yesterday. Was the first time it was celebrated was 1986. All right, if you know this question here, you'll win 2 tickets to Historic Marion Theater, plus a $10 Mojo's gift card. What is in your hand if you're holding a Murado? No, wrong question, sorry. How many degrees below freezing is minus 30 Fahrenheit? How many degrees below freezing is minus 30 Fahrenheit? 5 seconds.
100.
100 is not correct.
I didn't think so.
Not correct. Thanks, Michael, for playing Trivia Day Tuesday with Tom. So the question out there now, weather. How many degrees below freezing is 30 below?
I thought that was pretty easy.
How many degrees below freezing is minus 30 Fahrenheit? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win. Now back to these gadgets that nobody seemed to think would ever make it. You don't even know what an electronic pet is, a digital pet.
No, people have pets online that they just electronically fake feed and have. And
yeah, oh yeah.
Do you have to pay for it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
What?
Number 12 on the list, something that you had no idea there was a time when they didn't exist because you're 18 years old. I remember back in the day, though, when video games didn't exist. I remember when video games, people think, video games, we play outside. We don't need to play on the TV. Video games, when they first came out, weren't something you played on TV. It's something you went and spent a quarter to play at an arcade. So
hey, you can get them on your phone.
Video games, people thought they would never come in. Something else, people thought, I remember in 1978 when Tilly, the all-time teller, showed up at Florida National Bank in Jacksonville. My mom said, "Who in the world would go to a machine to try to take money out?" Nobody. My mom wouldn't use an ATM. She thought it was some sort of scam the banks were doing. And it is. It's called user fee, $3 to get money out. But,
well, unless you go to your bank, then.
But originally, it didn't cost you money to get money out of ATMs.
Really?
Yeah.
Any ATM?
Any ATM. But people thought ATMs wouldn't work. Another gadget that people thought were way too out there. Nobody's going to go to a machine that'll spit out money.
Yeah.
Now they're in every casino. Who do we have on the line for Trivia Night Tuesday with Tom?
This is CJ.
CJ, hi. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good, CJ. Are you old enough to remember when people thought an ATM machine was just a dumb idea? Nobody'd ever go to a machine to get money?
No, I'm not that old.
You're not that old. Are you old enough to remember video games that weren't on TV? You had to go to an arcade to play them?
Yes, I do. I'm old enough for that.
Yeah. And back when I thought that originally, until Space Invaders come out, the only games you could play in an arcade were air hockey and pinball.
We've come a long way.
Yeah. All right, CJ, let's go. How many degrees below freezing is minus 30 Fahrenheit?
62.
62 degrees below freezing. That is correct. If you get the second question right, you'll win 2 tickets to Historic Marion Theater plus a $10 Mojo gift card. You like the Marion Theater, CJ?
I do enjoy the Marion Theater. It's very nice.
It's really a nice place. All right. How many pieces are on a backgammon board at the start of the game, not counting the dice? How many of the circular pieces are on a backgammon board at the start of a game?
Let's go 21.
21 is not correct. Thanks for playing Trivia Night Tuesday with Tom, CJ.
Yep.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, more Trivia Night Tuesday with Tom. Question out on the floor is, how many pieces are on a board at the start of a backgammon game, not including the dice, just the round pieces? How many pieces are on a backgammon board at the start of a game? And we'll give you more ridiculous devices that we use in our everyday lives next on Trivia Night Tuesday with Tom, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hi, it's Lisa Midget with Kinetic Motion Fitness. I'm looking forward to a fun, healthy summer, and I have a few ideas that might just help you and your friends stay in shape and have fun too. Along with awesome personal training and group classes at our warm and inviting fitness studio, we also offer fitness classes at your home or business. And if you're tired of the same old, boring cake and punch party, why not let us host a hot new health trend, a fitness party at your home or office? If you're having a hard time getting to the gym this summer, because of your crazy schedule, then work out with your friends or coworkers in a private group fitness class or host a fitness party at your home or office. We will bring you and your friends or coworkers one of our great workouts like Zumba, Pilates, Body Bar, Yoga, Tai Chi Boot Camp, or Zumba Tomics for kids. We can even help you reach your long-term goals by meeting at your place weekly for an on-location workout. Check out our website at kmfocala.com and like us on Facebook. Kinetic Motion Fitness is located just 5 minutes from downtown Ocala near the Skylark Plaza. Kinetic Motion Fitness. We're ready when you are.
Course bank approval. Vehicle purchase price fixed rate loan.
Don't pump iron, dump it.
Chris Spears here from Prestige Auto Sales with the health and beauty secret of the new year. The fastest way to look great in 2014 is to dump your old car. Lose that old car weight of a car you hate. Bring me your old car, and based on the sale price of the nicer, newer car you choose, I'll give you up to $5,114 off a nicer, newer car today. Look good right away in a nicer, newer car today and get up to $5,114 off.
Plus, R for the People credit approval process gets the lender sweaty and ready to approve you, even if you've had credit problems in the past.
Kick off your old car diet today.
See you at Prestige.
But wait, get here fast. My old car diet program ends after we've helped 47 people drop the weight of the car they hate.
Visit Prestige Auto Sales or call 694-1234. Yes, 694-1234. See you at Prestige.
Alice?
George?
Yes, Alice?
Christmas is over. Time to get all the decorations down.
Yes, I know.
So you're going to stuff them in the garage and attic again in our way?
No.
No.
Yes. No.
No.
Yes.
George, what are you up to?
I'm storing all the stuff in Devon Self-Storage across from Hobby Lobby.
Better call them at 873-0777 and get extra boxes.
Gee, Alice, what would I do without you in Devon Self-Storage?
I know, George. I know.
Plumbing. I see. Ooh, we can try to fix that. I'll send someone right over. How's the third Wednesday of next month sound? Say between the hours of 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Would that be fine? Of course it will. Now I'll just need your credit card information.
Does that sound all too familiar? Well, next time, call Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it. We schedule around your time, not ours. And we have straight time, anytime, all the time. That means we're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we don't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. We install traditional and tankless water heaters, repipes, drain repair, septic service and installation, irrigation systems, new construction, remodels, bathrooms, kitchens, even gas line installation and service. And we've been doing it all for over 25 years. So call today, 237-2888. That's 237-2888. And remember, if water runs through it, we do it. Mike Scott Plumbing.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind when you are at home or away? AA Lock, Dock, and Security has the right people to install and monitor your home or business. Call today for a free on-site security analysis. Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my
too.
seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
People dancing all in the street. See the rhythm all in their feet.
We're back on Trivia Tuesday with Tom. Question out on the floor right now. How many pieces are on a backgammon board at the start of a game, not including the dice? Just the little circle player pieces. How many pieces on a backgammon board at the start of a game? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win 2 tickets to Historic Marion Theater and a $10 Mojo's gift card. You answer that question, answer a follow-up question, you get both of them right, you win 2 tickets to the Marion Theater, $10 gift card to Mojo's by calling the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622. Or if traveling down the interstate, 352-622-9622. Gadgets that people laughed at and thought they'd never make it. I've given you some already. The ATM. People laughed at the ATM.
By the way, whoever thought of charging somebody that wasn't at their specific bank, like $3, that's pretty smart.
Right. What about the electric can opener? People thought nobody's going to use. It only takes a few twists to get a can opener open. Who's going to buy an electric can opener?
Right.
Believe me, folks, we're Americans. We're lazy.
All you got to do is put it on and twist. But no, people just want to stick it right in and get
Let
the
it
top.
go.
Yep, get the top coming right off.
Something else that people thought would never make it, but we see them all the time. Another, because we're lazy. Remember, my mom said, that can't get your teeth any cleaner than regular toothbrush. The electronic toothbrush.
Have you used one of those?
Yeah, I got one.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I use.
I
got the Oral-B.
Is it like proven to make?
Nah, I don't know. It may, but Number 8, gadgets that people didn't think. Dude, one day we'll be able to put a camera on our computers and we'll be able to talk to other people on computers through what's going to be called a webcam.
That's a pretty good invention.
We're never doing that. You know how big a camera is? You see those TV cameras and all? We'll never be able to do that. I got a webcam right here on my computer. But 35 years ago, you told somebody you'd be able to put a camera in a computer and you'd be able to talk to somebody else sitting in front of another computer. You'd have never believed it.
All right.
We got a player?
Hugh said he wants to speak to you.
We got Hugh. Uh-oh. Hi, Hugh. How are you today?
How you doing, Tom?
Good.
I didn't call to play the game, but I wanted to. I don't know if you mentioned it or not, but how about TV remote control?
Number 7?
Was that number 7?
The TV remote control, the very next one, Hugh.
Oh my gosh!
Although
I can remember you get up and down, changing the channels. And yeah. I wish there would be some. And then, they came out with the one with the wire that you would hold across the room.
Right. I don't ever remember not having a remote control at my house.
Yeah.
It just went.
I do. I go back that far. Yeah.
Yeah, Hugh.
They came out with the one with the wire.
I go back far enough where you had the old dials and you had to turn the TV. I just don't remember not having the remote. I don't remember not having the remote control. The only thing I remember is our remote control went from being a 10-year-old boy that his dad would slap in the head and say, "Get up and go change the channel," to
when I was sitting on the couch with the wife and say, "Honey, would you please put channel what's going on for me?
Right.
Thank you."
Yeah, my remote control in my house went from me getting slapped in the back of the head and my dad saying, "Change the channel, boy," to an actual button thing that my dad could change it without having to tell me to change it.
Yeah. But it's a wonderful invention, I tell you. It's with all the commercials and stuff on TV and these and that, you can move around real quick, and and then of course the mute button. That's another thing that's wonderful too.
If I could just get, what I think is the greatest invention is the DVR, where you can rewind it, because it just seems like if you're in a relationship, that rewind button gets used a lot when you're trying to watch a television program and your significant other one's in the room.
Right, exactly.
Yes, honey, I'm listening to you. Now I got to rewind and watch my TV again. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Nice talking to you, Tom. Thank you very much.
Thanks, you.
Enjoy your program. Bye.
Thanks. So the question out there, what is the question out there? I've already forgotten the question now. Forgot the question. I'll go look again. The question for Trivia Night Tuesday with Tom, which Hugh didn't want to play, is how many pieces are there on a backgammon board at the start of the game? How many little circular pieces are there on a backgammon board at the start of the game? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win 2 tickets to Historic Marion Theater and a $10 Mojo's gift card. So you don't remember a life without remotes, do you?
No, I do not.
No. How about GPS?
Yes.
People that global positioning satellites, there's no way they'll be able to put a satellite up that can tell me exactly where you are, Austin, at all times. Yeah, they can.
I honestly think it would be kind of cool nowadays to just pull out a map and use a map.
I use maps all the time, and here's why. While I don't use the newspaper, I use maps because I don't trust the people that did the GPS. I've heard too many stories of somebody saying they followed their GPS and it said turn left and they turned into the Hudson River. Turn left and they turned into the Everglades. I look at a paper map and guide myself with a paper map. Something else, number 5 on the list that people said you would never be able to use. You're never going to be able to plug something into the side of a computer and then move an arrow around using it. The computer mouse. People thought that was just a dumb idea. Where would we be today without the computer mouse? We got 2 mouses here, plus my touchpad mouse. Right here we got 3 mouses within 4 feet of each other?
3 mice.
Mice. 3 mouses.
Mouse. Mike from Ocala wants to offer up another piece of technology.
Oh, Mike from Ocala. All right. Mike, how are you?
Hey, Tom. One idea what about Bluetooth?
Bluetooth did not make this list, but you're right. Nobody thought they had Bluetooth, too. I agree with you. Thanks for the call, Mike.
You're welcome.
Number 4, the blow dryer. Nobody thought you always had, when you got your hair dried, you had to go to the salon and sit under that big tank thing that looked like they were draining the intelligence out of your brain or something.
It was zapping your brain.
Yeah. That was a thing that people thought, a hair dryer that you can hold in your hand, that's ridiculous. That'll never work. I remember the first one of these I was able to purchase. Actually, I got it as a Christmas gift from my mother. I thought I was the coolest kid in school. when I got my first Sony Walkman.
CD player?
No.
Tape player?
No. I had an original Sony Walkman that was just a radio. Sony Walkman didn't come out with cassettes till like the second or third year. The first Sony Walkmans just got AM and FM, Bubba. That's all they got.
You still have it?
And it was like this.
Big old piece of equipment.
It was about the size of a little smaller than a Galaxy 4S, but, you know, probably 3 inches thick.
Yeah. 4 times as
And
thick as
it was a transistor radio, really, that had a cool headset that you could use.
You just brought it around school, and Tom Schmitz was the man.
Oh, the man. Then they came out with the cassette players. I got some tickets looking at it. They came out with the cassette players, then the Sony CD player.
I had
and then
one
the MP3s, and then it was all downhill from there.
Right.
So the Sony Walkman, people thought there's no way you'd ever get, because back then you get stereo sound. There's no way you'll get stereo sound, good stereo hi-fi sound in something that small. First Sony Walkman I ever had in 1980. Thought I was the man, 15 years old.
You know what I didn't realize is even the small little radios they have now aren't cheap. You'd think they'd be like $5, $6. No, they're about $9, $10, $12.
You know what else you don't have? The Mac. What people thought? People said one day you're going to be able to put a strip on the back of your bank card or your credit card, and it'll be able to hold all the money. Money on a magnetic strip? Are you kidding me?
How's that going to work?
How would we not get? How would we? That
has also probably caused.
Could you imagine not having your debit card?
No, I don't know that I've.
I lost my debit card and had to get a new one 7 to 10 business days. It was the worst 7 to 10 days of my life.
Well, I guess it would honestly help you in a situation that you would only need cash, so you wouldn't overdraw or pay for more than you can.
Trivia Day Tuesday with Tom. The question out on the floor is: how many pieces are on the board at the start of a backgammon game? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win 2 tickets to the Historic Marion Theater, plus a $10 Mojo's gift card. Coming up at the 4 o'clock hour, Buddy Martin's here. Angie Lewis has a special guest. 5 o'clock hour, it's Around the Water Cooler with Dave Pingalore, and our Go Long and Around the Water Cooler, Tom James, myself, and Buddy Martin. I did not know that. Plus, we'll play some bites from
Eddie Pels.
Eddie Pels, the AP reporter in Denver. He stopped by the show yesterday, and he had some unique thoughts on John Elway and Peyton Manning where Todd Helton's concerned. So we're going to replay those for you. All coming up on this edition of the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. Hey, and when we come back, the number one gadget that nobody thought would ever, that's just silly. We'll never have something like that. I'll tell you what that is next on The Source.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life, from everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz. The Angie Lewis State Farm Agency is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on.
This is Austin Tavern reminding you to stay in contact with us at WOCA. Find us on Twitter and Instagram at Voice of Ocala. Make sure to become a friend of our Facebook page and call us at 622-9622.
Dr. Seaborn Hunt, a board-certified ophthalmologist in Ocala. There's no referral needed for an appointment. Call 873-7200, offering medical services for glaucoma management, including laser surgery to help lower your eye pressure and potentially reduce your dependency on eye drops. He also evaluates and treats diabetic retinopathy, one of the leading causes of blindness, with advanced imaging and laser procedure to help prevent vision loss. Dr. Hunt's office accepts most insurance and files claims for you. Call Dr. Hunt at 873-7200. That's 873-7200.
Hi, I'm Angie Lewis. Let's talk every Tuesday afternoon on WOCA, the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
This is Allison Campbell from the ARC Marion Foundation. Whenever I need the most up-to-date news on sports, Buddy Martin's sports page is where I go. Around the water cooler. Sometimes I even tell him myself.
Trauma care centers save thousands of Florida lives.
But Shands UF wants to close Ocala Regional's trauma center.
An out-of-town hospital that receives millions in taxpayer money is suing to shut down Ocala's trauma center. They want to pull the plug on life-saving trauma care all over Florida. Don't let them get away with it. Trauma care increases the chance of survival in traumatic injuries by 25%. 25%.
That's right. But only 2 in 5 Floridians have the access to trauma care they need. And that's not even close to good enough.
We don't need less access to trauma care. We need more.
It's time for Shands UF to stop putting profits ahead of patients.
Stop playing political games.
Visit SaveOurTraumaCenters.org to find out how you can help keep Ocala's Trauma Center open and protect life-saving trauma care. Save more lives. Save our trauma centers. Paid for by the 60 Plus Association.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Life jackets save lives. We're in Florida. Patchy fog this morning. Otherwise, some sunshine followed by clouds today. Turning breezy this afternoon with a spotty shower. High 73 to 76. Clear to partly cloudy, brisk and colder tonight. Low 36 to 46. Mostly sunny and cooler tomorrow and Thursday. Highs tomorrow 55 to 59. Thursday's high 63 to 68. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Heather Zayer.
Hi, this is Joe from Damage Control Services. Join me Tuesdays at 10:30 when we discuss what to do when your property gets damaged, how to fix it fast, and get back on track. At Damage Control, we specialize in helping home and business owners recover from damage caused by floods, fires, storms, tree damage, mold, and all other insurance-related disasters. So when disaster strikes, big or small, call Damage Control Services. Call me 352-817-6574.
Hi, I'm Buddy Martin. Don't touch that dial. I'll be along in just a moment here after Tom and the Tribinator, right here on the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
We're back on the Tribinator Tuesday with Tom. Taking our last caller. Who do we have, Austin?
Dan.
Dan, hi. How are you today?
Hello?
Dan, are you there? There you are. Hi, Dan. How are you?
Yeah, okay. I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good, Dan. Which one of these, all these gadgets that I said people said would never exist that have existed, how many of them do you remember not being here and then they were here? The mobile phone, the electronic pet, video games. You remember the ATM when it first came out?
Of course. I used it in college. It was amazing.
Yeah, people thought, and I'll never trust money coming out of a machine.
I first used to have a human do it for me. The supermarket had you do it. You had to put in your PIN. They never were machines.
Yeah, you had to get right. There wasn't machines originally. I went to Publix and did it.
Yep.
All right, Dan, let's play Trivinator Tuesday with Tom. How many pieces do you are on a backgammon board at the start of a game?
I used to play with my parents, I believe, a total of 30.
It is 30. If you get this next question right, you'll win 2 tickets to Historic Marion Theater, $10 Mojo's gift card.
Crossing my fingers.
Here we go. What battle was the site of Napoleon's final defeat?
Waterloo.
Waterloo. We have a winner. Hang on the line, Dan. Austin will get you information.
All right, thanks.
Thanks for playing Trivia Tuesday with Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
So I gave gadgets that you people thought never would exist that end up that we use in our everyday lives. Mobile phones we use every day. Electronic pets we use every day.
What's your last name?
Video games, I'm sorry to say, a lot of people use every day. The ATM, if you'll pay the $3 fee, you use it every day. The electric can opener, the electronic toothbrush, the webcam, the remote control for the television, the GPS, global positioning satellites, a computer mouse. Another thing people thought you'd never see that we use every day, blow dryers, handheld blow dryers. Another thing you thought we'd never see that you use every day, Walkmans or MP3 players. Number 2 on the list of things that people said, that's crazy. Nobody will ever use those. the magnetic strip on the back of your credit card or on the back of your debit card. Imagine, Austin, if you couldn't use, like that would make, gift cards to different places wouldn't exist.
No.
You wouldn't have that easy out at Christmas time when you don't know what to get when you don't know to get Uncle Bill or Aunt Beulah.
Crazy aunt or uncle.
Yeah, you get that uncle that's got that one lazy eye that looks all around the room, and he always wants to come up, and even when you're in your 30s, he wants to grab you by the cheek and say, "How you doing?" And you want to just knock him out. That uncle that you buy the $15 gift card, but you do the right thing and you buy the $15 gift card to Abercrombie and Fitch for the 65-year-old fat guy with a lazy eye.
Not the best choice, Abercrombie and Fitch, not where he's going to go, but hey.
But you do that on purpose.
It's a thought that counts.
But you wouldn't be able to do that without the magnetic strip. But finally, the one thing that every house uses, but my grandmother never had one in her house because she thought it would cause cancer. She didn't want anything to do with it. People thought there's no way this will ever work. Cooking using microwaves? Who's going to use it? Light waves can't cook food. All that light waves will do, that's space technology. That's outer space. That'll cause cancer. I'm not putting one of those in my house. Can you imagine 50 years ago, people thought the microwave was just crazy science. That's alien. That's stuff in the movies. That ain't for real.
Yeah.
And every house has a microwave now.
That'd be interesting to go back and see what people think of microwaves back then. Just travel back in time.
My grandmother really wouldn't have one in her house. My dad bought my grandmother one, and she said no because she didn't want it to cause cancer. Hey, coming up hour 2, Buddy Martin joins us. Angie Lewis and her special guest. And in hour 3, it's Around the Water Cooler. Tom James, Dave Pingalore, myself, and Buddy Martin. All that coming up on this version of the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new old-fashioned bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA, The Source.
Getting a head start in learning to read is more important now than ever for our young children. The Reading Pals program of Marion County pairs up reading mentors with struggling kindergartners and helps them get up to speed in their most important years. But they need volunteers. If you'd like to be a Reading Pal, call Jan Hathaway at the United Way at 732-9696. That's 732-9696. Be a Reading Pal today.
You know what that anticipation feels like when you're about to open a gift? In a Box offers personalized gifts. Everything you'll need for that special occasion. In a Box. Holidays, birthdays, graduations, spa days, weddings, anniversaries, get-wells, and more. In a Box. Visit inaboxcelebrations.com and pick your theme. There's even a corporate option. In a Box creates the magic, and you'll be the rock star. Visit inaboxcelebrations.com. Partnered with Woodley Gardens.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz. The Angie Lewis State Farm Agency is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on.
WOCA, Ocala.
Hi, Robin. You look tired.
I am. I've been running all over town.
Why? Why not drive?
I need to get this stupid document notarized.
Well, that's easy. You need personal service.
Duh. That's what I've been looking for.
You need to go see Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can notarize that for you, make copies, fax it wherever, or send it out in the mail. Heck, he can even scan it and email it for you.
Really? Where is he at?
2375 Northeast 25th Avenue, on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street. You can call him at 789-6683.
Personal Service Center. Thanks, Larry.
This is James Snyder inviting you to join me each Sunday morning at 9:30 for Sunday Joy, right here on WOCA 1370.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Did you know when it comes to getting a job today, a tweet has become the new resume? For most hiring managers, Twitter is key to interaction. Body language communicates emotions much more effectively than facial expressions. Tilt your head if you want to show you're interested, or lean forward if you're sitting, and don't cross your arms. If you have a job interview coming up, then wear a suit, even if you're interviewing for a job at McDonald's.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new old-fashioned bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA, The Source.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
This is Austin Tavern reminding you to stay in contact with us at WOCA. Find us on Twitter and Instagram at Voice of Ocala. Make sure to become a friend of our Facebook page and call us at 622-9622.
WOCA, keeping you in touch with Ocala.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
You know, there are a lot of really happy kids in Boston and in Philadelphia, and some parents who are going to have to scramble. Schools dismissed early today as a major winter storm moved in, and they will be closed in those cities tomorrow. If you're flying somewhere today, you will want to check with the carrier first. The website FlightAware says at least 2,900 have been canceled today, and hundreds that are scheduled for tomorrow are already scrubbed. Online courses are supposed to be an easier way to an education, but for some reason, we are just not taking them. A study by the Babson Survey Research Group found the number of students who did study online in 2012 grew at the slowest rate in a decade. Ellie Mayday may have redefined some people's ideas of beauty as one of the most famous plus-size models. Now she's doing it again as a survivor for a rare form of cancer. The Canadians appeared in ad campaigns showing off her head, which is bald from chemo. This is ABC News.
I want my company's network to be safer and more reliable.
Do you want to deal with multiple vendors?
No.
Are per-user fees and added feature costs okay?
No.
How about solutions that are hard to install and use?
No.
Offshore or automated phone tree support okay?
No.
Then yes, we can help.
Barracuda Networks offers the largest family of powerful, affordable security, networking, and storage solutions designed to protect business users, apps, and data. All from a single source that's easy to do business with. Protect your business. Visit barracuda.com/products to try any free for 30 days.
Okay, you ready? I'm gonna let go of the bike now.
Wait, not yet, Dad.
No, just keep pedaling. You've got it.
Don't let go, don't let go.
There are moments in life that cause us to hesitate.
I already did. You're doing it.
Woohoo! I'm doing it.
But once we take action, we're awfully glad we did. Markets are changing, and interest rates are still low. If you're thinking about getting into the real estate market, now may be the time to make your move. Every market's different. Call a Realtor today and visit Realtor.com. Realtors are members of the National Association.
Yes, it's time again for Buddy Martin. Call him up and tell him what you're thinking. But be kind because he's doing the best he can.
I'm just sick of all the amateur stuff, you know? I mean, like, if I'm paying top dollar, I want a little production value, you know? Like some editing, transition, something, some music.
Don't worry.
we didn't leave you.
You think he's gone? He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Our bosses say we gotta stay.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
It's time for the second hour of The Voice of Ocala.
Hoo-ah!
You ever come across anything like time travel?
Come on, stick around. It's free.
If you win, you win. If you lose, you still win.
All right, welcome to hour 2 of the program. Buddy Martin with you. Now the Tributator has messed things up completely. I got nothing to give away. I got no gadgets. Well, I do have one part of a gadget I'm going to bring up.
The mobile phone?
Nope.
The electronic pet?
Nope.
The ATM?
It was never mentioned as part of this. Yours is not mentioned as a gadget, but I'll just tell you in just a second.
Look, there's Angie Lewis.
She's early today. That's good.
Well,
let me give it to you.
Before we get started,
let me tell you what it is.
Okay. Well, I wanted to ask you something that was.
All right. Well, you can do that as soon as I get through because we're going to have a tight show because Angie's got a great guest today, and she wants to spend time with Jim Spicuzzo, CEO and founder of something called Crisis Go. So I want to give her plenty of time. But let me just say this real fast, and we'll get this show moving, and I'll also get their tweets and quotes out of the way, what have you. What would you do without Google?
I'd look things up the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. I mean, Google's amazing. Google's one of the most amazing things of my life, I'm telling you.
And see, I didn't come to Google until about 4 or 5 years ago because Yahoo, George Southern was a beta testing site for Yahoo. Mm-hmm. And so we had Yahoo since 94, 95. So I always used Yahoo as my search engine until about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I remember the first time I wrote an article about something 10 years ago, and I had FSU, what was the record, Florida State in the ACC, and this was back in 2002, and I had it down wrong by one game. And I said, dadgummit, I should have checked that. And some guy said to me, well, why don't you just Google it?
Why don't you just Google it?
So, oh, wait a minute, Google? They have that on Google? So today I use it, several times a day. So that's that.
Just think of how much effort went in to create.
Oh, absolutely.
The knowledge vastness that is Google.
Of course, it's just a collection of all the knowledge that's out there. All right. So the other thing I'm saying is, the weather has changed here in the last few minutes. Getting out of the car just now, and the wind is whipping up. The clouds are getting thicker. It's spritzing rain. And it's dropping. The temperature feels like it's getting down in the low 50s. I'm not sure, but
freeze warning tonight.
I know, but it's getting there fast. Austin, do you have an update there?
Yeah, right now it's 67 degrees.
67? No way. Not in that cold wind outside. But anyway,
according to the weatherchannel.com, 67.
Right. Well, the wind chill may be less than that.
Yeah,
right.
It's definitely.
5 p.m. it's supposed to get down to 66. 6 p.m. 62. 7 p.m. 58. 8 p.m. 54. So it's going to just continually drop. You're going to see storms. From 5 until about 7 p.m. So it's going to get cooler.
I didn't bring an umbrella in either. Okay. Have you seen True Detective yet?
I have not.
Saw it last night.
That's Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson.
That's correct. And it was recommended to me, and I saw it, and I'd make up my mind about it. My wife said, how'd you like it? I said, well, liked it pretty well, a little on the dark side, but really well acted. And there's a few scenes in there that certainly not PG, I can tell you that. But, boy, talk about two guys who can act, and they're these two detectives in Texas, and they keep flashing back and forth to the time when Matthew McConaughey was, a cop, and then he got in jail, thrown in jail, and he's testifying, talking to the detectives. He's telling the story. But some powerful entertainment, and I will say I will watch it again. So if you get a chance to watch it, see what you think, True Detective. You got an update on something?
Yeah, the Purdue shootings, one dead in the Purdue engineering school shooting. They do have the shooter or the alleged shooter in custody. And there was also a shooting today at a university in suburban Philadelphia. What was that,
Widener University.
Widener University. So I said, buddy, it's getting to, it's not quite there yet, but it's getting to be where it's almost like I'm thinking of school shootings as just, part of American life, just like
I told you
people
that.
in the Middle East think of car bombs.
A couple of months ago, I told you the same thing. Remember, I told you it's not anymore. It's not a shock.
I mean, it's really not. 2 today, 1 2 weeks ago. We've already had 3, and we're not 3 weeks into the new year.
Yep.
I mean, it's just something's got to be done. And I know the Second Amendment gives me the right to bear arms, and I think that I'm supposed to keep that right, that's my right. But something has to be done with background checks, or something has to be done that can try to quell this.
All right, well, you have to save that for another day.
Right.
We got lots to talk about with Angie here, too.
I got one question I need to ask you because this concerns you.
All right.
To and from work every day, you pass through this intersection. 22nd Avenue, Southeast 22nd Avenue, and Fort King. You pass through that intersection.
Well, I take the other way. I go 17th, but I know I just go that way.
When we used to be at the Cascades, you were there a lot. You use that intersection every day.
And I still use it a lot.
The city council tonight is going to have a vote to decide whether they should put a traffic signal there. Now, they took it down in 2008 when Forest High School moved to its new location.
Yeah.
You, a person who lives in that area, is that an area in your estimation that needs a traffic signal?
I think probably so. I'm pretty sure Brent Molliver is going to vote for it because he lives right there. He lives like a block away, not even to a house away. I didn't used to think they needed it, but I have had a couple of times I pulled out and had a couple close calls.
And by the way, Buddy Martin, his age doesn't depict his driving ability. He's not the guy that drives 5 miles under the speed limit.
No, wait a minute. What's that mean?
Let's just say that you're not lollygagging pulling out into an intersection.
What's my age got to do with that?
You get on and press the gas and get out into an intersection.
It's like me saying, even though Tom was hit on the head in football, he's pretty intelligent. You know what I'm saying?
You have no proof of that, sir.
I may send you in for a scan. You try to get me for a hearing test, which I've had. Well, I'm going to send you in for a brain scan.
I may have CTE. So. You don't know.
There you go. Well, anyway, thank goodness.
So you think a light is needed there?
Yeah, I do. Also, I had a really interesting conversation today with Randy Briggs. And Randy Briggs,
lawyer extraordinaire,
had a terrific comment at lunch. And I'm not going to say too much about it other than I'm going to have him on the show tomorrow or Thursday. We started talking about community and the importance of people being willing to make somewhat of a sacrifice for a better community to have a legacy for their grandchildren. I thought he was absolutely spot on, and he just succeeded to the throne. He is the president of the Florida State Golf Association, which is a very prestigious organization with a lot of members, 250,000, and in fact has a really strong Ocala connection, and there's a DNA and legacy there. 100 years. This is the 100th anniversary of the FGC and the Florida State Golf Association, and Randy is at the helm, and it basically started from a guy right here in Ocala.
You know what? I'm a proud member. Mr. Golf is a proud member.
There you go. It's good to know. Always good, Mr. Golf. Okay, let's take a break. Huntman's in the house. Angie Lewis is here. She's ready to start the Angie Lewis Show. Do we have like music or something like that? We can
play whatever Angie wants us to play.
Whatever she wants to play. And then so the lights, camera, action, and here she comes. The superstar celebrity now of Ocala. Everywhere you go, you see her picture, you see something about her. I'm proud to call her my friend. I remember when she was just an ordinary girl from Illinois, but look what she's become today. We'll take a break, come back more with Angie after this time out on The Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Since 1976, Daniel L. Hightower, a lawyer, has been fighting for accident victim justice in North Central Florida and statewide. He believes everyone in America should follow the rules, including the insurance companies. He and his firm have experience fighting for victims of personal injury, wrongful death, workers' compensation, and Social Security disability, as well as serving those in need of help with bankruptcy, simple wills, and estate plans. The mission at the law offices of Daniel L. Hightower, PA, is to represent deserving clients and recover the maximum benefits they are entitled to by law in a timely manner. In personal injury and workers' compensation cases, there are no fees or costs unless a recovery is made. The law office of Daniel L. Hightower is located at 7 East Silver Springs Boulevard, Suite 300. For your free consultation, call 352-629-7777 or 1-888-LAW-1976 and visit danhightower.com for more information. Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice, and the proud sponsor of Ask the Cops.
This reprise of Ask the Cops is proudly brought to you by Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976.
Being out of the malls actually pretty nice because we've got a resource center out there, and in that resource center we've got a program called Seniors versus Crime, and it's been out there since 2007, and in that period of time they've recovered over $354,000 of money back to crime victims. This past year, they helped 75 people get back about $90,000 worth of crime, and $90,000 worth of money, worth of funding. And mainly it's these cyber crimes or scams that people run. Our elderly citizens get involved in it. They go out there and they're volunteers that actually do it, and they do the investigation.
Make sure to tune in to Ask the Cops on WOCA, The Source.
Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige, it's all there in our name.
WOCA.
Last year, over $1 billion, that's a B with 9 zeros, was left on the table from taxes not done right. But thankfully, H&R Block tax preparers have over 100 hours of training to help you get your piece of the billion back. Come visit us and our friends at H&R Block this tax season at the Paddock Mall, Marion Oaks, and Triple Crown shopping centers to make sure you get your maximum refund. Don't forget to check with your favorite nonprofit for referral information where applicable.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, The Source.
Trauma care centers save thousands of Florida lives.
But Shands UF wants to close Ocala Regional's trauma center.
An out-of-town hospital that receives millions in taxpayer money is suing to shut down Ocala's trauma center. They want to pull the plug on life-saving trauma care all over Florida. Don't let them get away with it. Trauma care increases the chance of survival in traumatic injuries by 25%. 25%.
That's right. But only 2 in 5 Floridians have the access to trauma care they need. And that's not even close to good enough.
We don't need less access to trauma care. We need more.
It's time for Shands UF to stop putting profits ahead of patients.
Stop playing political games.
Visit SaveOurTraumaCenters.org to find out how you can help keep Ocala's Trauma Center open and protect life-saving trauma care. Save more lives. Save our trauma centers. Paid for by the 60 Plus Association.
Go to Jackson. Go comb your hair.
Honey, I'm gonna snowball Jackson.
See if I can.
Trying to think what Angie Lewis has to do with Jackson or Johnny Cash, but I'll figure it out.
I do like that song, though. If I could sing, I would want to sing a duet with someone singing that song.
Who would you like to have?
Who would I like to sing that song with? Oh, wow.
Who's your favorite country artist?
You know what? I'm old country, like Willie and...
Well, that's all right, then Willie. How about Willie?
Yeah, I would sing it with
you
Willie.
And Willie? Now, here's Angie and Willie.
Willie had a show on the Padilla station not too long ago. He had all these artists from all different kinds of genres singing with him. It was really cool.
It's a duet album, I think, and he's going to be at Silver Springs on the 1st.
Yeah.
Clint
and I got to meet him out there one time.
Are you going back this time?
We're not. We're not going to get to make that show.
Well, we'll tell you how it is. Tom and I'll be there.
Oh, cool.
For sure.
Oh, wait. If there's box seats, I might be able to make it out there.
We just go we sit with the ordinary people sit. So.
I want to hear Angie sing karaoke one time.
All right. We'll catch up to her.
It happens.
I imagine about 11 o'clock on the Cup, you can probably catch her some night. She'll be singing something, so, something dark in her glass. I don't know. I'm just saying possibility that could happen.
There's a possibility.
She sings when she drinks coffee?
Yeah.
Hey, I will sing no matter what I'm drinking. It's not good. It's not but it's...
Sounds good to you at the
all
time.
Fun.
Yeah.
I remember I've always said this all about the stage presence.
Yeah? Well, I'm going to put you right to the test here, and as one of the questions about alcohol, and if you're going to play with the guys on, our little session before we go to our special guest, play our factoid and fake, if you're up for that today.
Okay.
Before that, I want to talk to you about something I had a conversation with Randy Briggs about. And every once in a while, when you hear somebody talk, something really resonates, right? I mean, you go ding, 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 and something you think, okay, that's something I want to put in a bottle someplace.
Correct.
And this conversation, without going into the whole detail, was basically about persuading the community, people in the community, to do the right thing. To get them on board for whatever the cause may be. It could be anything that's good for not just them, but for everybody, right?
Correct.
You're a big believer in that.
I really am. Yeah.
You're really like a public servant. You do so many things in the community, and you're on every committee I know of, and anyone I'm on, you're on that one too. And I don't do that much, but you do a ton of stuff. So the question becomes, how can we all reason together, to get what needs to be done? And Randy applied it in a way to talking to a jury. And, telling them what their options should be and would be. But one of the things he said, I want to get your take on that. He says, when it gets down to it, what are you willing to give? Or how far would it be a sacrifice for the betterment of your community that would, in fact, also benefit you and your family and your legacy to make this a better place? Because in every great community, there are givers who make things better for not just themselves, but for everyone. That is the spirit of the community. I thought, Randy, that's great. Stop right there. You're coming on the show tomorrow or Thursday. We're going to say that. So when I said that, I thought about you. I want to get your thoughts about that and your feelings.
Well, we've talked about that before. It's unfortunate that a lot of times when we're trying to make major decisions that impact our community, people have a hard time seeing past themselves and how it impacts them directly. And not everyone, with the stadium and, development of Ocala. The gentleman that we're going to bring on the show here in a little bit, we're not going to talk about this with him, but he took a stand back in his community on getting a new high school. They were in such a need for a new high school, and it kept getting voted down because of the tax word. And he took that fight on, and just went around and talked to people and really tried to educate about, like we've talked about, bringing businesses, people look at your schools and they look at your arts and they look at entertainment. So, you've got to have all those things if you want to have a viable community. So I agree with Randy. Randy's no dummy, that's for sure.
He's not. And I read something today I thought was really great this morning about wee hours of the morning reading from Flipboard. Do you have Flipboard on your? If you haven't got Flipboard, you got to get it.
Okay.
It's fantastic because it gives you options to go into a lot of places, including one called Brain Picking, which I love. It's about art and music and community, whatever. It's fabulous. And one of the things I read that I really was taken with was they talked about branding. And branding is really not going to do something, not doing something for something in return so much as it is making a connection of trust. Mm-hmm. Not just every great organization, like every great company, has a component of charity involved.
Right.
And that could be giving of time, money, effort, but mostly giving of yourself. Mm-hmm. And so it's not just for making money to brand, it's building something that really impacts society.
So that you can give back. And if you look at all of the great organizations that last through all the different economic times, they usually are the ones who have been very good about giving back and become a part of community, and people trust them and know them. I mean, I take it back to even State Farm. I mean, State Farm has been around over, going on 90 years. They want to be a 100-year-old company. And if you think about all of the things that have happened in the past 90 years, economic-wise, how did they sustain it? And it was the trust. They built trust. People believed in them. They took care of people, and they've given back tons and tons. I mean, they support so many different organizations and even our local sheriff's department here. They fund their teen driver challenge. A lot of people don't even know that. Oh. It's not announced. It's not on anything, but just what you're saying. You build that trust, and then you give back, and that's part of what Randy's saying, and a lot of the things that people are really trying to get done here locally in Ocala too. It's not just about them and their business. It's about creating a community that they feel good about, living in, their children living in, their grandkids. So I I can't wait to hear what Randy has to say.
Yeah, and two thoughts on that. One of them is that I love the fact that when you think of the State Farm agent, you think of that person who's out there helping. They've done a great job of branding it so that when you see people slinging sandbags out for a flood or whatever, there's always that State Farm agent there who's pitching in to help out. That's the image that's been projected, that they're there to help do that whenever that happens. I think that's a great little item, and that's on purpose, obviously.
Well, it is. I mean, one of the things that they've kind of talked about, you've got other organizations that have done very well just by having call centers and such, but they from day one have been all about the local agent, and that's what their commercials do not go away from that. Even they try to keep the funny and whatever, but it always comes back to the local agent, your local agent, and that's for that reason, because it really is about having relationships with people.
And that's why your program here. So how many years have you been doing this? 2?
Over 2 years. It was 2 years in October.
Yeah, and almost 2.5 years, and the Good Neighbor Award.
Yes.
Which you kind of invented here, and we saluted many good neighbors. It fits right in with the brand that you have, and with the community aspect of this, which is being able to single out a lot of great people.
Right. Which was cool. I caught Joe Reichel's show this morning. He's on at 10 in the morning.
They bring it up?
He was drinking out of his award mug.
Well, he's probably got it on his resume now. Joe.
That's
I'm
right.
kidding. Okay, are you guys ready to challenge Angie, the all-time champion for, I believe I looked up the stats. I think Angie's like 6-1 against you guys. So I don't know.
We'll make an effort.
I think we're right. I think I am.
Yeah, about 6-1. I think. Hunter, you better get a microphone, buddy. Pull it over. These guys need help. Okay. That's all I got to say.
Angie Lewis is.
Don't talk. You can't talk because you didn't earn the right to talk.
I beat the brakes off Angie every
You're
time.
not Richard Sherman. You haven't earned to talk.
Hey, last time my goal was just to try and say my answer right before you did, Tom. So we'll see if I can do that.
Here we go. Fake or factoid? Which was invented first? A, the cigarette lighter. B, the match.
The match.
Match.
Anybody want to change their answer?
No.
All wrong. The lighter. In fact, that's a fact, and you guys got it.
Okay, so you kind of threw a curveball there with the multiple choice instead of factor.
Little change up. They'll change up there every now and then. Okay, number 2. Traditionally, men walk with a woman on their left arm so that his sword arm will be free in case of a duel.
Fact.
Factoid.
Fact. Anybody want to change their answer?
No.
Gosh, listen to me sometimes. It's fact. Okay. Number 3. Alcohol is not allowed by law to be consumed in the Oval Office of the White House.
Fact.
Fake.
Anybody want to change? It's fake.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Considering all the things that have been done in the Oval Office.
That's what I was going to say. I was thinking, you know what? It would be about right.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
that would be the one thing that they can't do.
All right. Number 4. What's the score? Angie and...
I'm going down.
Hunters
I'm going down
two,
like the
Austin
Titanic
and I
today.
missed one.
Come on, Ange.
I know.
You gotta get this one. All right. Here we go. Number 4. People tend to be more creative when tired and or drunk.
Okay, I'm going to say, I'm going to say fake.
But
that drunk part every once in a while, that.
Are you speaking from experience?
Best laid, they call them drunken
sounds like
plans,
a good idea
right?
at the time, right?
Yeah.
I'm going with fact.
I know a local business downtown that got started after a night of pie.
That's actually how Silver Springs International Film Festival.
Right, exactly.
After the second bottle of wine. Okay, how many fakes do we have?
Austin and Angie said fake. I said fact. And Hunter says fact.
It's fact. I don't agree with this one. This is what the book says. Fact.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
I don't know about the tired part.
See, that's the thing. When
I'm
you're tired,
just reading
no.
research. I don't. It's not my answer. It's just the way it goes.
Yeah, I'm out.
Oh, Angie, I'm
Hunter's
sorry.
missed 2. Austin's missed 2. I've missed 1.
All right, Angie, play along just for the heck of it. See if you can get the second out. All right, number 5. 9 out of 10 best-selling authors say they were either stoned or smoking a substance most of the time while they were writing their book.
Fact.
I'll say fact. I would definitely say songwriters, but I don't know about authors, but fact.
Fact.
Anybody want to change? It's fake.
Everybody's out for me.
Woo, by default. Here come the mulligans, Tom. This is just exhibition match, Tom. Here we go. Number one, if you melted down 1,000 nickels, they'd be worth less.
Fact.
Facts.
I'm out.
All right, they're out too.
Oh, then I'm going to go the other way. Fake. I might as well.
Not enough nickel to sustain a 5-cent piece.
There you go. It is in fact fake. It's fake.
It's fake. There is enough.
Well, there is. That's not.
Yeah, I got one.
The answer is fake.
I'm confused.
If you melted down nickels, they'd be worth less. That's not necessarily true. No, it's not necessarily. It's a fake statement.
Okay.
You'll see why now. Okay.
Right.
Number 5, you won already. So it doesn't matter. If you had $500 in pennies, you could theoretically melt it down and sell it for $1,000 worth of metal.
Yes, because copper is very expensive.
Yes.
Fact.
Facts.
All right. We'll go with that.
It's fact. See what I put the nickel question in there?
Yeah.
And so I'll get a little balance on it. All right, finally, studies have proven that people who drink coffee regularly every morning were less likely to commit suicide.
I'll say fact.
It's got to be fact.
Fake.
Of course, Angie was sick because she's got a coffee.
That's right. Everyone should drink coffee. A lot of it.
It's true. It's fact. Yeah, it's
We're
fact.
saving the world.
Yeah.
One coffee drinker at a time.
All right, here you go. This is the playoff. This is for pick the number. Maryland has more millionaire households per capita than any state. You didn't know that, did you? It had households with investable assets of $1 million or more, or about 7.7% of the state's households in 2013. How many were there? Closer to the number.
How many? It was
Households.
7%. So how many houses were there total?
How many households were there? Tom's going to try to do the math. He's not going to be able to do it. That's okay. So tell me how many households there were with $1 million in investable income. Angie, you knew about money like this.
Okay.
Just take a shot. I'll start you out, okay?
We have 3,700 in Marion County. I know that one.
I'll start you at 37. Okay, that's a good one. I'll start you out. There's more than 50,000. Okay, I just start you.
I knew that.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just helping you. Giving people a reference.
75,000.
All right, Hunter. Hunter's got the first one out there.
75. Who else has got one?
100,000.
100,000. Anybody else?
82.
82.
And I'm going with probably 10.
Tom's still trying to do the math.
I'm going with about 83.5.
Oh, yeah. He had to go right near me.
You guys are
Anyway,
not even
I knew.
close. 169,000.
Well, Austin was the closest.
Austin was the closest. All right. Good job. Tom's the winner. On
Darn.
Fake or Factor. We'll take a break,
that
come
really
back.
hurts.
And see how well you can't. Now you're 6-2. You know, you can't beat them every time. We'll come back on the other side. Jim Spicuzzo. Is that I'm pronouncing his name
Correct,
right?
yes.
It's going to be Angie's and our guest, CEO and founder of something called crisisgo.com. I, in fact, have looked at the website. We'll talk to him next right here on the Angie Lewis segment of the Voice of Ocala on
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
If you missed Dr. Buddy recently, you missed Dr. Buddy's advice on what women should do when they found out they've been cheated on by their man.
What to do after D-Day. Recommends take time off. Going away for a while, with or without children, helps you gain clarity. Take a few days off from work. If that's not possible, go away for a weekend. Even if you can only afford to go down the street to a friend's house, the personal time is worth it. So that's the one from E. Langro. Another one from E. Langro says, after this has happened to you, and you found out your husband is cheating on you, surround yourself with people who love you. Ask for help and support from your parents, siblings, and friends right away. Don't be afraid to ask of what anyone might think, because this situation is not your fault. This one comes in from Lonely from him. Learn to say no. You're under extreme stress, but the rest of your life, job, kids, friends, won't calm down. Prioritize your responsibility so you can put some of them on the back burner. Start to tell people, I will have to deal with this low priority issue later.
Make sure you tune in to Dr. Buddy every Monday on The Voice of Ocala. Whenever something big happens in Ocala and Marion County, Buddy Martin is there on the case.
John Gruden, ESPN Monday Night Football, today spoke to the group here at the Gateway Bank. I'm going to play a little game of just word association with you. One, Ocala.
Ocala is just a great community. It's a great group of people.
John Gruden coaching again.
One of these days I'll be back.
So remember, always check out Buddy Martin on The Voice of Ocala on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to Ocala, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. Ocala, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
Phoenix Promotional Solutions, your company supplier of banners, digital decals, yard signs, and magnetic signs. Where you give them approved artwork by noon, the next day by 4 p.m., you pick up your banners, digital decals, yard signs, and magnetic signs. Phoenix Promotional Solutions, 368-2404. That's 368-2404. Don't forget, they do vehicle wraps also. Phoenix Promotional Solutions, 368-2404.
How good does it get? Golf has long been considered to be sport's most prestigious game, and WOCA has your connection to everything in the golf world. Every first and third Thursday at 10 a.m., tune in for Let's Talk Golf with your host, PGA professional and teacher to the stars, Jim Beckett, and operations manager for the Links of Spruce Creek South, Darren Irwin, right here on The Source.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Fredericks Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Fredericks Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Fredericks Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Stay informed on everything going on in the Villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the Villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Crown in the rain there. Time now for Angie Lewis to introduce her special guest for this segment. Angie?
Okay, great. Well, our guest today is actually calling in because
he's here right now.
Super. We want to then welcome our good friend Jim Spicuzza, all the way from Illinois. Jim, welcome to the show.
Hi, Angie. Hi, buddy.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on.
Well, we're happy to have. We've been talking a little bit about you on break, but Buddy mentioned it earlier. Jim is the president and CEO of Crisis Go, and we've been on the website. I've talked to you quite a bit about this, but we really want to give you a lot of time to explain. What is Crisis Go?
Okay. Well, with the shootings at Purdue today, certainly it's top of mind for everybody that school crises are on us, and we need to do a better job. So 12 months ago, a school district in northern Illinois asked us if we could move their emergency plan from a 3-ring binder that sat on the shelf, collected dust, to their smartphones and pads. So during that discussion, we found out that school districts needed to do 2 things to improve their emergency response. First, they needed to improve their communication during a crisis. Students were tweeting and Facebooking the crisis of the district before the administrators were even out there with their pens and pencils trying to deal with the crisis at the school level. So they need better tools to be able to increase their speed of communication. Secondly, their emergency plan, that's in the 3-ring binder, contained all of their important information, like the action steps that people should take, contacts, maps and rosters, all of those things, but they were never where they needed to be. Those books were on the shelves in the classrooms, but people never knew where they were when they needed them. So Crisis Go was created to move that information onto their phones and their pads so that they would have everything that they need in the palm of their hand.
Okay, so let me ask Jim real quick. So basically, are you saying that you have an intruder come on the campus or something, that an administrator, a teacher, someone would be able to send out a signal, or how does it work?
Yeah, 2 parts. One is the communication part, where we can set off an alert. When somebody sees a person that they think is at risk for the district, they can send off an alert, and a message can go off on all the phones of the people who have the app. So these are your responders. These are other teachers and principals, administrators. So they can know, if it's an intruder, or if it's a situation in which maybe they've noticed a gas leak, or some other type of crisis within the building. And that alarm goes off, and it's not like a text, it's an actual alert. It's a siren. So people will stop what they're doing, and they'll actually go ahead and take care of the crisis.
Wow. Now, so as you're going out, now I have to ask you this. You've got several school districts that you're working with in Illinois, I assume, correct?
Yes, in fact, the 3 states now are starting to roll this out.
And whenever you're going in, and what's the one thing that they're all just wowed about with what you've done?
Well, it's a complete crisis app, so everything is at their fingertips. The checklist steps that people have, sometimes they're on in the 3-ring binder, sometimes they're little flip charts. They're not easy to deal with. If it's dark out, you can't read them. Those types of tools are on the app right now, easy to use. The evacuation maps. And one of the greatest parts is that we put the student roster on their phone so they can see what kids they're responsible to protect today.
So if there was some sort of lockdown on the school, or you're maybe you've got a group of kids in PE, and you've got the kids are kind of scattered out throughout the school. If something happens at that given time, and you're responsible for a group of kids, you would be able to then pull right up on your phone or your iPad and pull up a list of the names to make sure you've got everyone with you.
Yes, you would be able to pull up that list, and it would have come from your student roster, from your student information system the prior night, plus today's attendance. So it's a really great integrated tool for school districts that give them that information that they really need at the time of crisis.
Okay, well, I know you said that you're having success in Illinois. What are the other 2 states that you're working with?
Yeah, we're actually in Minnesota, Illinois, and Missouri, and just moving into Texas this month. But this is nationwide. School districts understand that their current emergency plans are in place, but they're not really, what we would call AAA, actionable, accessible, and accurate. So I bet if you ask the school districts in your area, how do you rate your plan, it probably wouldn't be 99%. We need to work on it. We need to get them, better, because it's such a critical, important thing for our communities today.
Buddy, I was thinking about this. I've talked to Jim about this a little bit. My past, I taught school for 6 years, and was responsible for first grade students. And when you think about if an emergency like that happens, just like he said, we had at the beginning of school year, they'd talk about emergency plans and stuff like that. But how do you really quickly respond? And everyone's got their phones and their iPads next to them. It just makes so much sense. I just am surprised that, this hasn't been developed sooner, but sure glad that you jumped right on working with this.
Yeah, I was going to say that I was just posting to Facebook the fact that Jim was on our show now and how timely it is in regards to the shooting at Purdue. But at a time like that, when you have that crisis, and you as a teacher, and of course, Jim, and your app that you got there, the first thing you know is you want to think of those kids. Who are you going to call? You call your parents. What can your parents do? Really, not much.
Right.
Because they're home, they have no information, and the communication during the crisis is the number one thing, in my opinion, so that you've got someplace to go now. And if you would kind of walk us through this, Jim, about what would you do if you were, let's say third graders wouldn't have phones. Let's just say an eighth grader did have a phone, and crisis happened in school, and what would be the thing would they be able to hook up there and talk to people or get information? How does that work exactly?
Well, with the kids, they're probably in the middle of that crisis. They're probably on Twitter and Facebook. But think about what an adult is typically doing. And that's where we really come in as those teachers and administrators. In a crisis, we have a process. The alert goes off. They move to their checklist, and each checklist is based upon their role. So the teacher will start to do the things to keep kids safe, like lock your doors, move them to the safe part of the room, close your blinds. Those checklist steps are on their phone based on their role. Then they're going to have a messaging system for the teachers and administrators. Are we still in lockdown? Have we apprehended the person? I saw somebody going down my hallway. We now have two-way communication with all the staff, so they're able to communicate with the administration, with law enforcement from inside of the building. So the kids are going to continue to use their tools. They're going to contact their parents, but the teachers are going to be able to work together, communicate effectively with their group, and hopefully save more lives.
In a matter of seconds, too. I think that's part of the key.
It says siren, light, roster, checklist. I know you all on your website, you have a list of things. So I would, in fact, be getting a universal connection from somebody telling me, stay in your room 5 more minutes or something. And I would assume I would get text or whatever when things, tell me, okay, you can leave now or whatever, it's safe. Or the teacher would be getting some kind of communication. Main thing is there's a way to connect people in a crisis, and I'm assuming everything it really is written by the school. The policy, then the evacuation route is all put up there by the school, and so it would be all that information would come really from the school through crisisgo.com, right?
Right. It's their plan to their people, and it helps them execute this plan. So we're taking it from just kind of like a theoretical plan to an actionable, verifiable plan that we know works. So I think you'll see that as we improve the communication between the staff, as they now have the tools that the kids have, the ability to send a picture of somebody in the hallway, the ability to record a video and share it with other responders, that they're now going to be able to communicate at the same speed that, most of the kids are communicating and publishing information, which will help all the responders, including law enforcement and fire, to know what they're coming into and what they're facing.
Excellent. Hey, Jim, we've got a few more seconds here, but I don't think you have a presence here in Florida yet, but we've got a lot of listeners or people that, Buddy and Tom and I and Hunter know in the community. If somebody wants to get a hold of you, or do you have plans for getting down here and kind of saturating the Florida market?
Yes, Florida's next on our list after Texas, so we'll be we're looking for people in that market to help us come into that market and work with school districts down in Florida. And people can reach us at www.crisisgo.com. And if they come there and either contact us through our Facebook page or our Twitter leads, we'll be glad to talk to people and to talk to school districts and show them how we can change the way that they approach crisis at their school district.
Wonderful.
And I put it on my Facebook page, by the way, also
you, buddy.
right now.
That's awesome. And it sounds like, too, even opportunities maybe for job in this area as a rep for Crisis Go?
Looking for people in that market that can help us introduce the product to the Florida school district.
Excellent. We love people bringing business to the state, so thank you, Jim. We definitely appreciate everything you've done. This is an amazing app. I have to re-say something that McGraw is it Millhaven from KTRS in St. Louis said. It's the best thing that he's heard since canned beer. So
Well,
I wish you
appreciate
so
it,
much
Angie,
luck.
And Buddy, thank you.
Good luck. Sounds great. And keep us updated. I'm sure Angie will. Appreciate it very much.
Okay, thank you guys. Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks, Jim.
Kuza, CEO and founder of CrisisGo.com. Go to my webpage, and there's the link there right there for it. We got to wrap up here. We'll take a quick break, come back, finish up this program, and got more to come on the Sports Hour with Around the Water Cooler. I don't think Angie's going to stay around for the water cooler, but hey, you never know. She might. Stay tuned to the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Dry, itchy, scaly skin? Do you have psoriasis? Consider joining our research study. Renstar Medical Research in Ocala is conducting a research study evaluating the effectiveness of investigational combination of two study medications for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. You may qualify if you're between the ages of 18 and 75 and have been diagnosed with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis for at least 6 months. For more information, please call Renstar in Ocala at 352-629-5800. Qualified participants may receive study-related medical care and study medication. Compensation for time and travel may also be provided. To find out more information about this psoriasis study, please call Renstar Medical Research at 352-629-5800. That's 352-629-5800. Renstar Medical Research, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today. Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Dr. R.T. Kendall. He's a theologian, and he was the pastor of the Westminster Chapel in London for 25 years. He's going to speak about his book, Holy Fire, a balanced biblical look at the Holy Spirit's work in our lives.
Feminist writer Wendy McElroy will be on. She'll be speaking about the falsification of data alleged in domestic violence research and the politically correct findings used to promote anti-male policy and programs.
Mike Bond will be with us. He's the master of the existential thriller and environmental activist. His book is called The Last Savannah. He'll be speaking about his book and saving the endangered elephant in Africa.
Have all of your legal questions answered by attorney John Fuller on Legally Yours.
And then Dr. and Master Ji Gang Shah will be with us. He's a soul leader, a master healer, a divine servant, and he likes to sing some weird songs. He's got a book called Soul Healing Miracles. He'll be on with us to talk about it. All of that plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
This is Wendy and Will of Dex Imaging. By now, you might be tired of hearing us talk about Dex. So instead of us telling you how much Dex can save you on your copier costs and how we can help your office be more efficient, we thought we'd let Judy tell you.
Hi, I'm Judy, the office manager of Graper Facial Institute here in Gainesville. We operate 8 medical offices, so I was looking for a document management system that would copy, scan, print, and share documents among all of our locations, but something that was within our budget. Dex Imaging recommended a Kyocera with their Index solution. It's been amazing. This machine does everything we need it to, including a direct scan into our current electronic medical record software. Dex even trained us on how to use it. Dex has been a tremendous help in making our practice and my job more efficient.
Thanks, Judy. And remember, call Call Dex Imaging today for a free workflow analysis to find out how you can save 20 to 30% on your copying and document management needs, just like Graper Facial Institute. Dex Imaging, 352-224-1816. That's 224-1816.
Back to Angie Lewis for the final few minutes. We're just talking off the air about something that would be good to have in this community and schools is that crisis go. And we'll see when he comes down here.
Hunter made a good point.
It's about time.
Yeah.
He's been here all week and he's only made one, so it's time. What does he
But
finally
I
go?
make a point. No, I just think we should stand up and do something. It's time to do it.
Are you for it?
I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
You know, if I just had me about 500 hunters, we wouldn't have to worry about getting things done around here. You know
That's
what I'm
right,
saying?
buddy. Stuff would just happen.
Just send Hunter on him. He'd be
If I just had one hunter that could get your attention to see how much time was left in the hour, I'd be better off.
Well, because it is always about you, Tom, and I know that. I understand it. But I'll try to turn the conversation in a second.
No, I'm just trying to get your attention.
I see it. 4:52 on my clock right here. I see it. Okay?
Good
I understand.
night.
I know about, I know a little bit about
Is this your first radio show?
Yeah, I don't know much about this, and I just put it together. Other than that, I don't know anything about it, but I'm okay.
Nothing about it.
I remember, we won't go into that. But anyway, Angie, back to the attention of what I'm trying to say. You know, so people got attention deficit syndrome here. We have to kind of work through that. So my point to you was, Angie, on the issue of kids and schools and whatever. You see this all the time. You see kids walking out of the schools totally freaked out, not knowing where to go, what to do, except stay in line, keep your hands to your side, and walk straight ahead. You know,
Yeah.
It's almost like they're disenfranchised, and they're saying, "Is somebody going to try to search me and see if I'm the one, I'm the killer?" You know, there needs to be something that pulls people together. And I've been through Columbine. I was out there then. We've been through all the things up in Connecticut and stuff. You know, you think, boy. And every day is like Tom and I were saying, it's like old hat now. Every time somebody gets shot in school.
And isn't it interesting if you look at a lot of this happens in affluent schools. These are not in. This is not East St. Louis. This is
Right.
these things. You know, like you said, Columbine and you know.
Purdue? Come on.
Yeah,
Respect
exactly.
Purdue.
So whenever I was talking to Jim and he was asking me if we've had any incidences in this area, I said, "Thank goodness I'm not aware of any in the last few years, but it could happen."
Yeah.
We had a school shooting at West Orange High School in Orlando 5 weeks ago.
That would be the music time right there. Angie, thanks. Look forward to talking to you about
Thank
Silver Springs
you.
International Film Festival. Angie's got a group going on downtown. Coming up next, Around the Water Cooler with the gang. Hunter, Tom, I don't know who else is going to be. Whoever shows up right here on Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
That boom, 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 boom. Yo, I got that hit to beat the block. You can get that bass on, but
Hi, it's Lisa Midget, owner of the brand new Proper Tea Salon. It's a perfect time to freshen up your cut and color for the new year. And if you really want to change up your look, talk to us about Hotheads extensions for extra volume and length. How about a blowout for date night? Give us a call. Enjoy some me time while you relax in our newly renovated salon and check in on Facebook using our free Wi-Fi. We know you'll be happy with your new look. We guarantee it. Our style guarantee assures you that no matter what, you will love your hair or we will fix it for free. Call for your appointment today. 352-351-1771. We're located in downtown Ocala next to the Southside Deli. Tell us Buddy sent you for 20% off your first service visit. Now hiring licensed cosmetologists, nail techs, and front desk staff. Visit our website, theproperties.com, for our online application. The Proper Tea Salon, timeless elegance meets classic sex.
Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige, it's all there in our name. If you need a sign or a banner for your yard or your business or your campaign, I'd recommend you go to Signs Unlimited at 318 South Magnolia in Ocala. Screen printing, embroidery, digital graphics. Do what I did when we needed signs for the Save the Marion Theater Group. Go see Vic Buttermore at Signs Unlimited if you want quality work with a fast turnaround from somebody who is deeply committed to his community and always ready to assist you. There's a reason Vic's slogan is, "It's our business to make your business better." Sign up for Signs Unlimited. Call 732-7341 today.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm the football your buddy fired through your windshield. The cooler that tumbled out of a pickup and onto the hood of your car. If you're a football fan, eventually we're gonna meet. So get Allstate, where agents help keep you protected from mayhem. Like me.
Are you in good hands?
Hey, this is Kevin McDonald, your local Allstate agent. Call me at 622-2333, and let's make sure you're in good hands.
Look who just walked in the room. Joel Wiesner from What's Up Ocala. Hey, Joel, I'm looking for something to do this weekend. You got any ideas?
Absolutely. Check out our event calendar online at www.whatsupocala.com, and there is plenty of events there for you. Daily news updates to event reviews and magazine articles.
Really?
We've organized it all in one place online for you to cut through all of the hassle of finding something to do this weekend. We have a daily event calendar, a bi-monthly magazine, and we also do daily news articles.
All right, Joel, that's perfect. Thanks so much.
Yeah, whatsupocala.com.
Habitat for Humanity of Marion County is a ministry dedicated to improving lives by providing affordable and decent housing. Help them help others by visiting the Habitat for Humanity Ocala home store on Northwest 27th Avenue. To schedule a donation, give them a call and they'll come and pick it up. For more information, visit habitatocala.org. Habitat for Humanity of Marion County, building homes, building hope, building community.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, The Source.
WOCA. You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
ABC News Now, I'm Daria Albinger. No school tomorrow for kids in Philadelphia and Boston and probably a lot of other places along the Northeast coast. After the latest winter blast, both cities and New York could get up to a foot or more. This latest snowstorm, more than 2,900 flights have been canceled today, along with hundreds scheduled for tomorrow. Some students and staff members at Purdue University were told to leave their classrooms immediately, others to shelter in place. As police looked into a shooting, one person is dead, a suspect is in custody. Being healthy can make you happy. Happiness itself may also lead to better health. British researchers found people who enjoy life tend to maintain better physical function than those who don't in daily activities as they age. Your company's next CEO may have to take a test before he or she's hired. A new exam measures the narcissistic and psychopathic tendencies of prospective leaders in Fortune 100 companies. This is ABC News.
A lot can happen during the life of your interstate car battery.
Nice ride.
Thanks. Want to go steady?
I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Honey, I think it's time.
It's a boy.
Jimmy, soccer practice.
Dad, can I borrow the car?
Hey, nice ride.
Thanks. Want to go steady? No battery lasts longer than an Interstate, and the new Interstate AGM lasts up to 3 times longer than the competition. To find a dealer near you, visit interstatebatteries.com.
How to get an amazing deal on a great used car. Start with the most durable, longest-lasting brand in its class. Have it thoroughly inspected by a trained technician and reconditioned to meet Honda certified standards. And you've got yourself a certified pre-owned Honda. Find the one that's right for you at hondacertified.com. Durability based on longevity. Longevity based on Polk U.S. Vehicles in Operation Registration Statistics 1988 through 2012 for Honda and compete.
How much time? 30 seconds. I'm on right now. I don't believe you.
Okay. Enough kidding around.
Ho, 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 ho. Ho, ho, ho.
And now it's time for the Buddy Martin Sports Page.
He actually had me stay here last night in his gym.
It's like I don't fit in. It's like I don't belong here.
Let's go talk to a couple of guys that never gamble.
Oh, see, I made Lewis a bet here. See, Lewis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put you on the poorhouse at the same time. He didn't think we could do it.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
And now, here's Buddy.
Welcome to Tuesday and Around the Water Cooler on Buddy Martin's Sports Page. Glad to have you with us today. Buddy Martin along with Tom Schmitz. Hunter Thompson Turner is in the house and has announced he is going to replace Tom James. Tom James is not here. Is that what he said?
Hey, y'all.
I heard those exact words. Misquote.
Tell me exactly what he said.
His exact words were, Tom James who? I was here before him. It'll be here long after him.
Well, that's strong. That's strong.
That's very strong. Well, you're here and he's not. So, I'm saying.
He's picking a fight with Tom James, I think.
He wants to get beat up when he gets in here.
Hunter wants in, okay?
Let me tell you something. All Hunter's got to do is roll over his foot in Tom James's history.
Let me tell you what, from day one when Hunter was on this show, rolled up there, we asked him if he had a question. He rolled up that mic and took charge.
Yeah, day one.
JJ didn't know what to do. He was kind of taking
JJ's trying to answer phones. Hunter's like, I'm not answering the phone. Give me a microphone. That's the phone I want.
I jumped right on the microphone. That's right. I remember that.
Man's born to talk. So anyway, today, busy show today, lots of subject. Dave Pinglor joins us in a little bit here. We'll update you on latest stuff on Richard Sherman. The Buccaneers have a new general manager. We'll tell you about that. And the debate on Around the Water Cooler, should we have an extra point in football? Should we do away with it? Well, Roger Goodell said today he thinks he ought to get rid of it. He's got some data. And we'll debate that issue. I got a few ideas about that. Coming up in the Around the Water Cooler Go Long segment, I'll talk about Pat Bowlen, the owner of the Broncos, whom I've known for almost 30 years now, and why this is a special time for him, more than just football. And meanwhile, I think there's some things in the head in the news that Tom's going to bring to us. Talk to you more about Adam Gase, the Broncos offensive coordinator, what's happening to him, and a lot more to come on other stuff here on Buddy Sports Page. What you got for headlines, Tom?
That's not my headline. My headlines are much better than that. Novak Djokovic bid for a 4th consecutive Australian Open title out the window as he lost a 5-set quarterfinal match to Stanislaus Wawrinka. I practiced that name too and then couldn't get it. Stanislaus Wawrinka. He lost 2-6, 6-4, 6-2, 3-6, 9-7 in the final set. So he's no longer has a chance to win. Also, a Florida State junior college recruit has been arrested for allegedly eating marijuana in order to conceal it from police. Power forward Simeon Bowers, who is committed to Florida State in September, and 2 of his teammates at Chipola College in Marianna, Florida, were arrested Thursday night following a traffic stop. According to Mariana police, officers smelled marijuana coming into the car, pulled it over for after they pulled it over for a speeding violation. Bowers and Chipola teammates Torian Graham and Jamar McKay Taylor ate the marijuana in the attempt to conceal it from officers.
It's the second story we had like
of somebody eating marijuana.
Yeah, like we had somebody last week. It was Moss.
Right. Yeah. Jarvis Moss.
The former defensive end for the Jaguars, Broncos, and also the Gators.
Seattle Seahawks cornerback Richard Sherman has apologized, kinda, a day after targeting the play of San Francisco 49ers receiver Michael Crabtree. Sherman's deflection of a pass intended for Crabtree during the closing minutes of the game led to an interview afterwards, which Richard Sherman attacked Crabtree as being a sorry player. Sherman says, I apologize for attacking the individual, but mostly I apologize for taking the attention away from the fantastic game by my teammates. So that's kind of an apology.
Yeah, well, somebody got to him.
Somebody sat him down and said, hey.
Not good.
Yeah.
But you know what? This kid's fascinating. And there's a reason, for some reason, I think I know what it is. America is transfixed on this particular confrontation. And there's
I know exactly
all
why it
kinds
is.
of comments by sociologists, psychologists, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to get into that in you're going to do your go along on it, but let's not delve in too much now. But it's interesting the take and the stereotypes that you would do on a player because of his color or his actions.
Well, and I've heard the argument, the whole African-American male just screaming at a blonde white woman, and, I've heard it all. It's ridiculous.
Well, is there profiling, though?
Yeah, of course. That's exactly what's happening.
Okay, there you go.
Notre Dame and Under Armour, last of the story, Notre Dame and Under Armour Tuesday said they have agreed to the most valuable shoe and apparel contract in college sports history. The private school did not reveal the value of the 10-year deal, which will begin when its contract with Adidas expires at the end of this year. But ESPN.com says sources have told them the value of deal in cash and merchandise is worth $90 million. That would make the deal worth more than $82 million. Worth more than the $82 million Adidas is paying in cash and product to Michigan over the next 2 years. The deal could eventually be worth even more to the Fighting Irish.
Is everything always about money? In sports.
Yes.
Everything always about money.
Are you going to turn $90 million down if you're Jack Swarbrick, the AD at Notre Dame?
I didn't say that, but is every story about money? It seems like every story is about money.
Everyone coming out in the past 3 months.
Well, after this announcement, a 3% jump in Under Armour stock.
I'm sure. Make that cash, man. To rake that cash in. It's all about money, money, money,
So
money.
that's the headlines. That's the headlines I'm following in sports. Of course, Richard Sherman is much more than we touched on, and we'll have that and go long.
Yeah, also today I've got, should we go for it, I've got a doozy for you about the basketball bracket. What do you hear about this one? Should we go
Is
for it?
Warren Buffett involved in that?
Could be, maybe. Maybe. It's called Do We Care and Should We Go For It? We'll talk about that. Go long will be involved, as I said. Tom will talk about the Richard Sherman situation. I'm going to talk about the man who owns the Broncos and John Elway, two guys I kind of worked around and with when I was in Denver, and what this means and a special meaning for the two of them and why. Hunter wants to join the fray since he says he's knocking Tom James out the box. He wants to go long today. What's your subject on?
Tiger Woods, buddy. He's going for 9 at Torrey. And I spoke to a real close source of Tiger's to get my information.
So you got an El Scupo.
Absolutely.
So a scoop from the big man over here, Hunter Thompson Turner. And let me just say, Tom James will either be about Southern Cal, Louisville basketball. What else?
I mean, you're naming him right there.
Think we got it right there? That's
right.
it. You're trashing him, Hunter. You're trashing him. That's all right. Man's going to earn his place back. We'll go ahead and take a break, come back, and we'll begin our discussion around the water cooler, and we'll talk to our friend Dave Pingler. I'm sure he'll weigh in with something coming up next right here on Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Since 1976, Daniel L. Hightower, a lawyer, has been fighting for accident victim justice in North Central Florida and statewide. He believes everyone in America should follow the rules, including the insurance companies. He and his firm have experience fighting for victims of personal injury, wrongful death, workers' compensation, and Social Security disability, as well as serving those in need of help with bankruptcy, simple wills, and estate plans. The mission at the law offices of Daniel L. Hightower, PA, is to represent deserving clients and recover the maximum benefits they are entitled to by law in a timely manner. In personal injury and workers' compensation cases, there are no fees or costs unless a recovery is made. The law office of Daniel L. Hightower is located at 7 East Silver Springs Boulevard, Suite 300. For your free consultation, call 352-629-7777 or 1-888-LAW-1976 and visit danhightower.com for more information. Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, fighting for accident victim justice, and the proud sponsor of Ask the Cops.
Are you looking for a trustworthy auto care company that won't sell you something you don't need? Look no further than Affordable Auto Air and Care. Affordable Auto Air and Care has serviced Ocala for a decade and is family owned and operated. They offer quality parts at affordable prices, and they even include a 1-year or 12,000-mile warranty on their parts and labor. Their certified technicians work on any type of vehicle, even RVs. They specialize in auto AC, but they also offer oil changes, brake service, filters, tune-ups, shocks, axles, complete auto repair. Affordable Auto Air and Care is located at 1841 Northwest 4th Avenue on the corner of Old Jacksonville Road and 441. Call 352-401-0011 to book an appointment. That's 352-401-0011. Affordable Auto Air and Care. Complete auto repair. Take it from me, Tom Schmitz. I'm a customer.
Mayhem is everywhere.
On the football your buddy fired through your windshield. The cooler that tumbled out of a pickup and onto the hood of your car. If you're a football fan, eventually we're gonna meet. So get Allstate, where agents help keep you protected from mayhem. Like me.
Are you in good hands?
Hey, this is Kevin McDonald, your local Allstate agent. Call me at 622-2333 and let's make sure you're in good hands.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Dr. R.T. Kendall. He's a theologian, and he was the pastor of the Westminster Chapel in London for 25 years. He's going to speak about his book, Holy Fire, a balanced biblical look at the Holy Spirit's work in our lives.
Feminist writer Wendy McElroy will be on. She'll be speaking about the falsification of data alleged in domestic violence research and the politically correct findings used to promote anti-male policy and programs.
Mike Bond will be with us. He's the master of the existential thriller and environmental activist. His book is called The Last Savannah. He'll be speaking about his book and saving the endangered elephant in Africa.
Have all of your legal questions answered by attorney John Fuller on Legally Yours.
And then Dr. and Master Ji Gang Shah will be with us. He's a soul leader, a master healer, a divine servant, and he likes to sing some weird songs. He's got a book called Soul Healing Miracles. He'll be on with us to talk about it. All of that plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on the Source WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Gene Powell pasture mowing. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, @yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
WOCA, Ocala.
All right, just a moment. As soon as we dial him up, we'll have Dave Pingalore. And we have a contender. We may have like a little, I don't know what they have. They call it a sing-off on TV. We have a little shootout here with, between the two guys. The regular member of the cast, Tom James, who comes in usually a little after 5 o'clock on Tuesdays and sometimes Thursdays. And the other guy who's been out for a while health issues, his back, and he's taken over, and he's announced he wants to take this spot, and he thinks he can sufficiently fill it, and we don't really hate to have Tom James.
Buddy,
So-
can I just chime in on that?
Sure.
I will rank as a distant second to this guy right here, Hunter Turner.
So don't
distant second. I'm a lame fill-in.
TJ, don't lay down, buddy.
There's
Come on,
no way.
come on.
I got no
See,
shot.
this is his game plan. He's got you laying down before you even start. See,
No.
this is it. This is
I'm
Hunter.
nothing compared to TJ, man.
Come on, man.
See, Hunter will do you this way. Don't ever get fooled by that. Okay, right there. Don't ever get fooled by that.
Yeah,
Because you know what? The man who underestimates him is the guy who's going to be in trouble. That's all I'm gonna say.
On a glorious note, it is so good to have you back.
It's good to be here.
Thank you very much. Oh, you didn't mean me?
Oh, well, it's good to see you guys.
Hunter. I mean
too,
Hunter. Okay.
But today, I think it's really all about this guy.
Okay.
Good to be here, man.
He was here earlier. We're glad to have him back, too. He's a little annoying sometimes, but, he wants to talk about golf today. He wants to
That's
talk
right.
about Arnold Palmer. Oh, I'm sorry. No, Tiger Woods.
How about we talk to our guest and let's just not
That's
talk
exactly
here.
what my
Let's-
segue was going to be
Do
there.
that.
Before I was able to get it out, you jumped in. But
Well,
anyway,
I understand.
let's go to, this is called a segue. Also, there's things like teases and things like that. But anyway, let's
Who
go
we
to
teasing?
let's go to the telephone line. I'll tell you this second. Telephone lines and talk to our friend from Orlando, Local 6. He is he's the man in Orlando. Bianchi thinks he's the man. First of all, Bianchi is too short and has no hair. And he's a
And he's from Interlaken. And he's from
Think about
Interlaken.
this guy. He's got the look, He's got that savoir-faire look, that sort of cool, laid-back. I don't know if it's Pennsylvania, Chicago, something. He's always looking good when he's on the two. Let's bring him on board now, Dave Pinkelor. What's up, Pinkster?
There they are. What's shaking?
We got a full crew here today, and we want you to weigh in on a few topics. I bet you got something to say about this. Richard Sherman.
Oh, Richard Sherman. That's an interesting. I don't know what you guys have been discussing, or it's funny because I had it on and it came on so fast, and it happened so fast. I think I've had to watch it 40 times over just to see what he's actually saying. But I played, not at that level obviously, but if you're a competitor or whatever, I think he just got caught up in the heat of the moment. I just think it was end of the game. He's fired up, and there was a microphone in front of him, and he didn't know it was live. I could tell you that. Just because I've interviewed a lot of people on a football field before, they don't know if it's live or not. So I just think it was more of the heat of the moment, and he just went off. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that.
Okay, that's a good position on that. We're going to weigh in on a little later on around the water cooler ourselves and just get a different perspective. Because if you research this guy, he is not at all like the stereotype that you think you're going to lay on him. Because he's a different kind of cat than you think. He's got quite the academic credentials. First of all, from a really good school called Stanford. So that's not what you expect, normally speaking, out of that. And you're not old enough to remember Muhammad Ali at his prime. But that was just Muhammad Ali 40 years, 50 years later, That's what he used to do all the time, and usually did it before the fight, but not so much after. But, hey, the guy made the play, Dave, didn't he?
He made the play. It was a great play. It was, can't take anything away from it. He got up, got the ball deflected, and caused an interception. So it was a great play. It's funny. It's a play. If it happens in the middle of the third quarter, it's not as great as it was as it happened where it happened in the game. So it was a great play. It got a lot of pop, but those guys make plays like that all the time. It just was a game-saving deflection that was an interception.
No. We'll just ask the group around here to weigh in on this after you answer it. Super Bowl game. The top two teams. Is this going to be a classic?
That's a good question too. Man, is it going to be a classic? Well, it has every reason to be a classic. The spread's only a couple points. I don't know if it's going to be a classic. It might be a blowout. I'm not predicting. I'll come on next week and predict. But
you don't have to predict the game, but yeah, I just want to get your feel for it.
It could be lopsided in favor of Denver.
Could be.
It very Easily could be. I don't know. I don't think Seattle can match Denver's offense at all.
Now you're starting to do the breakdowns, and you start talking about the problems of them getting in the end zone against Denver's defense, which is vastly improved, by the way.
But that's how you would have to go with why it would be lopsided, though. You would have to at least come up with some reason. That would be our reason.
Let's ask the dudes. What do you guys think? And it could be a blowout. Tom James.
Styles make fights. I mean, this is basically a guy who has come in and put this team on his shoulders in Peyton Manning against the complete team, to me, which is Seattle.
Richard Sherman, great cornerback, can't cover Demaryius Thomas, Aaron Decker, and Wes Welker all at the same time. It's just, that's the facts.
Hunter?
I have to agree. You can't stop Peyton. I don't think Seattle can. Now they have the number one defense. They got Dan Quinn, who left Florida, but can't stop him. Peyton, I think he's going to whoop him big time.
What I worry about, Dave, is the fact that Seattle's offense is struggling right now. They can't get in from the end zone. And Denver was able to kind of neutralize their running game, which is their bread and butter. Russell Wilson's a good little playmaker, but he can't make a living taking those deep drops and sprinting out and scrambling, Now, Denver's defense, which has been a little suspect, had played a lot better the other day. So I think it's right now I'm liking Denver, but you know what? You said it's so true. I can't tell you the times I've been to sporting events in my lifetime with great anticipations that became blowouts. It happens.
Oh yeah, I mean there's been a number of those Super Bowls like that. Not recently as much, but they've been pretty competitive recently.
Yep.
We'll know in less than 2 weeks now.
Yeah, let's get this one issue in before we talk about what's on TV tonight. Roger Goodell came out today and said we could can the extra point. There've only been 5 missed all year long. And what would you do if you replaced it? I got my theory. You want to hear mine first? I say you spot the ball on the 3 or 4 or 5 yard line and say you get 2 points for getting it in the end zone, or you spot it at the 30 and say kick a 47-yard field goal. Right?
Well, the reason he wants to get rid of the extra point is because of injuries, though.
Well, every play is an injury.
But I know. But he's saying you're saying he's saying get rid of it.
No, not his quote.
He's saying the way I think again, the way, and I'm not putting words in the guy's mouth. It seems like he just would say the touchdown 7 points. We're not kicking extra points.
Well, he said,
here's the quote right here. I got it in front of me.
Okay.
It's automatic. You get 7 points. You score a touchdown, but you could potentially go for an 8th point either by running or passing the ball. So if you fail, you go back to 6. That's his proposal. Right. So he's not really saying you go away with it completely.
Wait a minute. He's saying if you score a touchdown, you're going to get 7 points.
Correct. But you can get an 8th.
But if you don't get the 8, if you don't get the 8, you go back to 6.
Right, but you can take the 7 and leave it at that.
Right.
And he says the reason.
Okay, what do you get for 8? You get an 8 for kicking it?
No, for
running it in.
Going for 2, basically.
And he said basically the reason he thinks it should be done this way is there were over 1,100 point after attempts this year and only 5 misses.
And by the way, Peter King, I heard him say there are only 17. Let's say he said 1, 2, 3, 17 mixed extra points in 3 years. He said.
See, so.
Well, the funny thing is the way. I mean, I said this the other day with Prater kicking. And watching kickers through the year, they're just better. They're money from 30 yards.
Yeah,
they don't miss.
Hey, well,
the kickers are better today than they were 20 years ago.
Cool
Especially the ones spawned by UCF. I don't know why that is, but
other than Luke Rosa back in the day, you remember that name as your daddy talks about Luke Rosa. But kicking a 30-yard field goal was a heck of a good kick back then, and who ever heard of a 63-yard field goal till Dempsey did it for New Orleans?
I think that Goodell might come up with it not only from an injury standpoint, but probably to speed up the game. But here's what will happen. Here's what people will just see. But you just can't go. You get a point for going, running a real play, because everybody now will just run a play. Right?
Yeah. I guess it depends.
They're going to run they always run the play then.
Depends on your score.
No, you run the play at the risk of losing a point.
If
you lose a point,
you can take the 7 and run and do nothing.
Take your 7 and walk.
Or you can go for what is basically a 2-point conversion, get the extra point, or risk losing it. And going back to 6.
I like that rule.
right.
That's a good rule.
All right.
You know why it's a good rule? Because when I was doing the arena football games on TV last year, the one arena football league rule that the NFL should take and put into play is in arena football. It's a great rule. I think I might have mentioned this to you guys in the summer.
When you're behind, you get the ball back?
No. Like at the end of the game, you can't kneel. You have to. You have to run a play, and if you do not gain if you have to gain a yard or say you have to get past the line of scrimmage to keep the clock moving. If you don't, the clock stops.
Oh, I like that.
It's a great rule.
I hate the kneel down.
There's no kneel.
I hate it.
The kneel, but so you would eliminate the kneel down because you say so. There's a minute left, and they kneel down. The play clock. They're not going to be able to run.
I agree.
You have to run a play, and if they stop you, the clock stops.
All right,
great rule.
That's a great rule. All right, now tonight, are you going to go out on your land? Are you working tonight? First of all, or are you off tonight?
I am actually. Tonight is my first night off the air.
Oh, okay. So
in
Jamie,
25 straight days.
well, that's good.
I remember those.
Hard-working man, buddy. You're a hard-working man. Well, enjoy your time at home, but tomorrow night you can weigh in on the extra point and tell them why you like it, right?
Now, tomorrow night I'll be in San Juan, Puerto Rico golfing.
What? With who?
I'll be in San Juan. I got 12 buddies of mine are going on we're going down to Royal Isabella. You got to check this golf course out. Better than Pebble Beach.
I played golf down there actually in Puerto Rico with some friends. Yeah. So Saramar is one of the places there. Yeah, there's some nice places there. Well, when I die, I want to come back as you. Because it's either California, Phoenix, it's Puerto Rico, it's Paris. I mean, come on, Bing.
You're the second person in the last 20 minutes that just said that.
Who was the first? Your wife? No.
No, not a buddy of mine on TV. He's like, "Are you kidding me? You're going away again?"
I would say, "Oh well, you have to work," but no, you're not working. You're playing golf. So anyway, I want to ask you what Jamie's got on tonight on TV. So we'll just find out.
I can tell you this because I did actually work today a little bit.
All right.
And she will be running a little bit of what I did. The PGA golf, the PGA of America golf merchandising shows in Orlando this week.
That's right.
So I went to demo day today, and the merchandising show is not open to the public, but it's for there's probably 50,000 people that come in that are buyers, and this is when manufacturers of from clubs and clothes show off their 2014 merchandise. So I'll have that on tonight.
Yeah, I've been to it, and it's big. It's like 2 huge buildings, and it takes all day to go through it. So
all day. But today was cool. Today was demo day out at Orange National, Orange County National.
You found a new putter you can take to Puerto Rico, no doubt. So.
Oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, I did.
Well, I tell you, I know you, Ping. I know you too well, Donna. Well, David, you have a great trip, my friend, and enjoy. And thanks for being on the show. And we'll catch you next Tuesday if you're back by then.
That sounds good.
Unless you move to the Caribbean, all right?
No, I'm not moving to the Caribbean. But I know it's going to be 90 degrees there tomorrow, though.
Oh, it's going to be colder tonight. Well, have a good trip.
I know.
Dave Ping, buddy from Local 6. I always like Ping.
Yeah, but buddy, those stretches always happen during football season. 25 days in a row anchoring. 30. I think I had a 37. Well, now I know. Whatever number we throw out, it will never equal.
Let me tell you about 6 weeks on the road. Okay, come talk to me.
By the way, my dedication to this show is so great that I turned down going to the PGA of America merchandising convention this week.
That's how busy you are.
Here's the deal on Tom. If there's something in it for him, he'd have been there. I guarantee you.
No, believe me, you get free stuff. There's free swag. Sometimes you get sweaters, shoes, clubs, and I'm turning all that down because of my dedication.
You're such
to
a
this
guy.
show.
In other words, you had to work, so like the rest of us.
No, Dan just couldn't guarantee me that we'd be back by 2.
There you go. So there's the truth of the matter. All right, let's take a break. We got to go around the water cooler. We got our go long segment. You guys ready? Tom, what's yours about?
Well, it's not about USC or Louisville, by the way. Okay.
Hunter.
It happens to be about.
That was Hunter's
That was
suggestion.
Hunter's guess.
That was his suggestion. Yeah.
That's a pretty safe guess most days. Not today. It's about Aaron Hernandez today.
Aaron Hernandez he's still around in the news?
Barely.
Barely.
He's around.
All right. Well, we'll find out next.
I know exactly where to find him.
Could have started to use him on Sunday. I can tell you that. All right. We'll take a break. Come back. Time to go around the water cooler with the guys right here on Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com.
The Source.
Commercial Bank approval. Vehicle purchase price affects trade allowance.
Don't pump iron, dump it.
Chris Spears here from Prestige Auto Sales with the health and beauty secret of the new year. The fastest way to look great in 2014 is to dump your old car. Lose that old car weight of a car you hate. Bring me your old car, and based on the sale price of the nicer, newer car you choose, I'll give you up to $5,114 off a nicer, newer car today. Look good right away in a nicer, newer car today and get up to $5,114 off.
Plus, R for the People credit approval process gets the lenders sweaty and ready to approve you, even if you've had credit problems in the past.
Kick off your old car diet today.
See you at Prestige.
But wait, get here fast. My old car diet program ends after we've helped 47 people drop the weight of the car they hate.
Visit Prestige Auto Sales or call 694-1234. Yes, 694-1234. See you at Prestige.
Whenever something big happens in Ocala and Marion County, Buddy Martin is there on the case.
Head coach of the Florida Gator basketball team, Coach Billy Donovan. How are you feeling right now about this team in 2013 and 2014?
But I like these kids a lot. They've worked very hard. It's a good group. The most challenging part for me as been a coach has been the inconsistency of players in practice.
So remember, always check out Buddy Martin on the Voice of Ocala on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hey, it's Tom James. I agreed to join Buddy and the gang every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 o'clock to talk sports on the Voice of Ocala. We call it Around the Water Cooler. 1 hour to solve all the problems in the world of sports. Little did I know just how opposite our opinions would be. How can a group of guys see the same thing so differently? Some days I wonder if it's just water in that water cooler. Join Buddy, Schmitty, JJ, Austin, and me, Tom James, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5. It's Around the Water Cooler on WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is Brad. I want to take a moment to talk about a serious issue. In the next 5 years, the aviation industry is projected to have a shortage of commercial pilots. Now is the time to start training. Ocala Flying Club has started a scholarship for the youth of Marion County ages 17 to 24. The club will donate up to $4,000 towards a pilot's license. This will help get the student on their way to obtaining their commercial pilot license. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, or if you know someone that would be, please contact Ocala Aviation Services, 861-7484.
Trauma care centers save thousands of Florida lives.
But Shands UF wants to close Ocala Regional's Trauma Center.
An out-of-town hospital that receives millions in taxpayer money is suing to shut down Ocala's Trauma Center. They want to pull the plug on life-saving trauma care all over Florida. Don't let them get away with it. Trauma care increases the chance of survival in traumatic injuries by 25%. 25%.
That's right. But only 2 in 5 Floridians have the access to trauma care they need, and that's not even close to good enough.
We don't need less access to trauma care. We need more.
It's time for Shands UF to stop putting profits ahead of patients.
Stop playing political games.
Visit SaveOurTraumaCenters.org to find out how you can help keep Ocala's Trauma Center open and protect life-saving trauma care. Save more lives. Save our trauma centers. Paid for by the 60 Plus Association.
Howdy, RL here to tell you about a great deal at Dairy Queen. For only $4.49, you can warm up to a hot, juicy combo of either a foot-long, quarter-pound, all-beef chili dog or a tasty, home-style cheeseburger. Smoking hot off the char grill. Both get fries and a drink. You can add a sundae for only 99 cents. Now that's a doggone good deal at Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
News Talk 1370, WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults, so use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000, 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370, WOCA.
This time of week, we kind of gather up around the imaginary water cooler, hopefully soon to become a real water cooler, a water fountain soon here. and we give opinions on a segment called Go Long, where we express ourselves on particular subjects that we'd like to be able to tell you about. And here's the song we like to sing before we do our Go Long on Around the Water Cooler. Down to chase the water. Come on, guys. Cool. Come on. Cool, clear water. All right, here we go.
Is that the Hank Williams version?
I have a rule not to sing when Hank's singing.
Yeah, that's a good rule, actually.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Tom, you lead it off. Tom Schmitz, that is.
I've heard a lot of people say that Richard Sherman is a thug who shouldn't be allowed to be on television anymore, even after he wins football games. I would propose to you that Richard Sherman was a man whose adrenaline was wide open when a microphone was shoved in his face 30 seconds after he walked off the football field. But if Richard Sherman is a thug, as everyone says, then Sam Williford's column from Sporting News points out just how bad a thug he is. He graduated high school second in his class with a 4.2 GPA. His SAT score was 1,400 out of 1,600. He's a member of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. He graduated in 2010 from Stanford with a 3.7 degree in communication. He went back to Stanford and received a master's in communication, and he goes back to his hometown of Compton to help out young people in the community and schools to give them knowledge, wisdom, and positive direction from a very good African-American role model. If that's the definition of thug, sign me up.
And if I could just add this, his mom and dad are a sanitation worker and a teacher. Beverly and Kevin live in a well-landscaped community in Compton. She works for Children's Services. He still drives a truck every day, 4 a.m., Seahawk sticker plastered across his helmet. Their home is wallpapered with pictures of their children, Richard, Branton, and 22-year-old Christina, who runs a hair salon. Out of the Sherman's garage, among their clients, Sidney Rice is one of their clients and comes on the salon. So anyway, that's so much for stereotyping. Tom, you're right. All right, time for Tom James to go around the water cooler. What you got, bud? Go along.
I know of one guy that didn't watch either one of the league championship games on Sunday.
Not in this room.
We all remember watching former Patriots tight end Aaron Hernandez get perp walked out his front door and into a cop car last year. Hernandez was arrested and charged with murdering a family member's boyfriend, accused of being the actual trigger man. Now comes ever-mounting evidence implicating Hernandez in a double murder in the Boston area over a year ago. Sources say thanks to surveillance video placing him at the scene and eyewitness accounts saying Hernandez fired the shots in that case too, charges appear to be coming soon. So was all this alleged activity fun, Aaron? Is it really that cool to be the thug life guy? I mean, you're Aaron Hernandez, a high-profile star football player. There's no way you're going to get caught. All your money and your gangsta lifestyle, it's safe, right? Yeah, how's that working for you? And I've heard all the buck passers out there. Somehow it's Urban Meyer's fault. Or it's the fault of Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick for somehow enabling a murderer. Spare me. It's one staggeringly stupid idiot who's now wasted his own life as well as the life of 3 others, at least.
All right. Good job. Time now for the Hunt Man. He wants to talk about golf. He's got an inside source. He's got the scoop on Tiger. What you got, Hunter?
Pain. It's something I've experienced many times in my life. Tiger Woods, we all know, has had many injuries as well. His perils, his pain, I don't think he'll ever experience as much as I have. But after spending time in the hospital, I spoke with Sean Foley, and toughness is what he believes I have. And he said no one will ever be as tough as me. But as he was saying this, I said to him, will Tiger win his 9th at Torrey? And he said to me, Hunter, I don't pick my players to win things, you know that, but you can't count against him. I said, well, you can't count against me either, and I'm going to overcome this. And I said, this will be my go-long for this day. So I saved it for this day because I knew it would come. I just want to thank you guys for allowing me to be here, and that's my go-along for today.
All right, Hunter. Great job, buddy.
Amen.
I like that a lot. That's good.
And it's pretty good that Hunter has on his speed dial Tiger swing coach, by the way.
Yeah.
True story.
Yeah. And he's
Good
right.
stuff, man.
He's right. Tiger needs to have some of your toughness. He might win 5 more majors.
He may chase Jack down if he had Hunter's toughness.
He'd
All right.
double it.
All right, today I want to talk briefly about Pat Bowlen and John Elway, 2 guys I saw work pretty good when I was working in Denver. And remember when Pat bought the Broncos, I had a tough assignment of going out to Hawaii for 4 days as he bought the franchise from Edgar Kaiser. And getting to know Pat over the years of watching his team play and talking to him and getting to know his family a little bit. And, of course, John Elway, who everybody knows in Denver, the icon in there, the greatest figure ever in sports in the county and the city and the state. And this particular Super Bowl has a special meaning, not because of just the fact that I knew him. John Elway, of course, we know, took a risk. He really, unfortunately, banished one of our favorite players of all time from the Rocky Mountains in telling Tim Tebow he didn't want him to play and didn't need him, and it was hurtful. And, of course, why? Because he believed a guy named Manning could do it. And I think we know the answer to that right now. John Elway had the cojones to do it, and he did it, and it worked, so you got to tip your cap to him. Pat Bowlen's a different story. Been one of the great owners in all sports. He's put money, a lot of money, continues to put money in that franchise. They've been a winner. And unfortunately, Pat has developed dementia. And he has a difficult time, obviously, recalling things. But he will never forget that first Super Bowl win when the Broncos won. And Pat Bowlen took the microphone and went up and said, "This one's for John." So I suggest if they win in New York, the Broncos do beat Seattle, that John Elway take the microphone and say, "This one's for Pat."
Hear, hear.
Time now to go to a little bit of I did not know that. You guys ready to go?
I'm ready.
Who wants to go first?
You can go first, James. TJ.
Well, thank you, Schmitty. It's quite an honor. This past weekend, we saw the 40th anniversary of the end of one of the greatest winning streaks in the history of sports. UCLA's 88-game winning streak in college basketball snapped by Notre Dame 71-70, 40 years ago this past Sunday, I believe. The longest recorded winning streak in any professional sport in the history of the world, a little longer, longer than 88. How about the Pakistani squash team known as Jahangir? Let me get this right. I practiced this, yeah. Jahangir Khan.
You know, I was going to say that.
I know you were. See,
how many matches in a row?
Between 1981 and 1986, Jahangir Khan won 555 consecutive games.
Nobody wins 555 games.
Yep, the legendary Pakistani squash team.
Wow. I didn't know you play squash. I know it must be not easy, obviously. All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go next. The Broncos led the NFL this year with 2,583 yaks. Yard after the catch. The Seahawks allowed a league low 1,275 yards after the catch. Wow.
I did not know that.
Oh, we finally did it on cue.
Hunter, you have one?
Go ahead, buddy.
All right, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to pick up.
I got one for Hunter, too.
Well, let me get this in because I got a sound bite to get in here, too. So I want to just say that Broncos are wearing their orange uniforms in the Super Bowl. Teams wearing dark jerseys in the Super Bowl are 1-8 in the last 9 games.
Wow. I did not know that. Real quick, can I give one for Hunter? Peyton Manning pressured 14% of the time. Seattle leads the league in 32% pressures on quarterbacks.
I did not know that.
Wow, I did not know that.
There you go.
Okay,
Good job,
earlier,
Hunter.
Good one, Hunter.
yesterday we talked to Eddie Pels, and he talked about John Elway and the fact that he had to make a tough decision and to make this work, and here's what he had to say. Well, we'll take a break then. Let's go take a break. We'll come back. We'll try to get that in for you next right here. And plus, we got one more comment to go, which is going to be, should we go for this? Do we care? Coming up next on Around the Water Cooler.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA.
The Source.
If you didn't catch Around the Water Cooler on Buddy's sports page this week, here's what you missed.
You guys want to tackle that issue of this weekend, the games that you'd pay to see?
Yeah, I love this. This is a pair of mano-a-mano matchups. One featuring quarterbacks, the other one featuring coaches. I mean, Brady and Manning goes as far back as just about anybody in this room as far as a great quarterback rivalry. And then you've got Harbaugh and Carroll on the sidelines that goes all the way back to college.
Around the Water Cooler, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 o'clock on Buddy's sports page.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day, whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands. At Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time.
You know what that anticipation feels like when you're about to open a gift? In a Box offers personalized gifts. Everything you'll need for that special occasion. In a Box. Holidays, birthdays, graduations, spa days, weddings, anniversaries, get-wells, and more. In a Box. Visit inaboxcelebrations.com and pick your theme. There's even a corporate option. Inabox creates the magic, and you'll be the rock star. Visit inaboxcelebrations.com, partnered with Woodley Gardens.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind when you are at home or away? AA Lock, Dock, and Security has the right people to install and monitor your home or business. Call today for a free on-site security analysis. Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Did you know when it comes to getting a job today, a tweet has become the new resume? For most hiring managers, Twitter is key to interaction. Body language communicates emotions much more effectively than facial expressions. Tilt your head if you want to show you're interested, or lean forward if you're sitting, and don't cross your arms. If you have a job interview coming up, then wear a suit, even if you're interviewing for a job at McDonald's.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Yesterday we talked to Eddie Pels, the Associated Press in Denver, about the Super Bowl, about the Broncos, how they got there, and we talked to him about John Elway, and this is what he had said about Elway's decision to go with Manning. Okay, that didn't sound like John Elway to me. That would not be. Well, you can stop it.
I have no idea. That's what it says it is.
All right, try the next one. Let's see if we can have him talking about Todd Helton and talking about Helton and Manning. Do you have that one?
Hold on, we got Pels right here.
While we're talking, I'll go ahead and start out with.
We got Pels.
While we're talking, just say
we got it here.
Okay.
I believe this is it.
Allstate presents things you shouldn't have to do to find your local insurance agent.
All right,
I'm fired.
All right, here we go. We'll see. Pick up 2 paychecks today.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
All right, let's go right. We'll go. Eddie Pels was talking about how Elway's decision to make it to go with Manning over Tebow and how he had to gut it out. And the most important thing he talked about was Helton, Todd Helton, the Rockies' first baseman, who invited Manning out to Denver when Manning had nowhere to go. And they went to a batting cage, picked up a few baseballs, and Manning couldn't even throw the baseball from here to there. And Helton thought he was joking. That's how bad his arm was. Anyway, that was yesterday's comments from our friend Eddie Pels. All right, let's go right to the final go here. Here's the do we care, okay? And then I'm going to ask you, should we go for this? Do we care? Super Bowl anthem for New York, New Jersey will be sung by opera star Renee Fleming.
It's appropriate.
Because of New York?
Sure.
I don't care.
We like? We don't like?
I
don't care.
I like.
I'd rather have Frank Sinatra Jr. singing
I
New
would
York,
too.
New York.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Anyway, and then finally, here's one. Should we go for this? How hard is it to pick a game or pick a bracket when you talk about the March Madness? It's tough. I mean, it's so hard. Usually my wife beats me every year. How hard it is to pick a perfect bracket? You ever heard of a guy picking or a woman?
I've heard of it being done.
Nobody you know, though.
No.
Yeah. I've heard of it, people doing it, but I've never known anybody ever came close.
No.
Well, supposedly the word is out that Warren Buffett
I'll get that.
will offer thank you very much, that Warren Buffett will offer $1 million to anybody with the perfect NCAA bracket.
There you go. This is our year, gentlemen.
Huh? You think?
This is our year.
Yeah, I remember the ESPN 3 years ago had like 8.5 million brackets, and the Final Four was right by 6 people. Six people had the Final Four right.
Right on the money.
Out of 8.5 million.
Game.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, $1 million. That kind of puts us in the shade for our contests. We're not going to be able to offer that kind of incentive.
No.
We have our brackets out. So, and speaking of brackets and speaking of hoops, tomorrow night, CF trying to pick it up again and get back on the winning. Well, they won the game. They won their last game.
Yep.
Talked to Coach Ryan earlier this week. And what's your take on this team? And you'll be broadcasting the game tomorrow night. What time?
8 o'clock tomorrow night. CF basketball back on WOCA.
They're not playing Chipola, are they? Because they got a little marijuana eating incident. They may be down 3 players.
Not this time. Not this time. Although maybe that would help. But tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, they're going to host Daytona State College. And they did suffer a couple of losses in a row over the holidays, but I think CF
Actually,
is back. And it'll help them to be back on WOCA.
They didn't lose in a row.
They actually lost home games in a row, but not successive games.
Correct.
I was wrong about that.
But once they're back on our airwaves, that rights everything.
Yeah, the karma. Right there.
So. Oh, yeah. So 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Tune us in.
We'll see if they can get it picked up a little bit because they want to qualify for this event. They'd hate to have the state tournament at CF and then not be able to play in it, for sure. So we'll be following you tomorrow night on that game. You can hear it right here on our air on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. Or if you're traveling about and you got your smartphone, you can go to WOC.com and hear Tom on the call live from Patriots Gym tomorrow night for the big game. Okay. Want to thank our guest today. Always good to have our friend Dave Pingalore on. He's a lot of fun. He brings it, and he's got a tough duty tomorrow. He's going to go play golf down in San Juan. And Jim Spicuzza from Crisis Go, the website. Thanks to Angie Lewis, of course, and to our broadcast partners, Tom Schmitz, doing it all, Tom James, and Hunter Thompson-Turner. I'm Buddy Martin. Have a great night, everybody.
I don't feel the sun's coming out today. Staying in. Allstate presents things you shouldn't have to do to find your local insurance agent. 1. Turn on your GPS. 2. Fill up your gas tank. 3. Cross state lines. That's because Allstate believes your local insurance agent should actually be local, as in located nearby. That 15-minute insurance company now claims to have local agents, but the truth is they have less than 200 spread across the entire country. Allstate has more than 12,000, so a local agent is always easy to find. They know you personally and care about you because they're members of your community too. Wherever you live, nobody protects you like an Allstate agent.
Hey, this is Kevin McDonald, and we've been local since 1985 with 4 locations to serve you in Ocala and the Villages.